sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. It's 3:01 on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon in East Tennessee. Summer already flying by. You lose your little buddy over there, Bear?
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but he's been gone so much. In his quest to
you got your own kingdom or your own room. We put Bear in his own private room here at the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios.
It's always cooler. I don't know if you've noticed this about me and the Walkman. We're both rather large human beings, so it heats up over here. Don't like the heat.
There's a lot of hot air in that room for sure.
That was that's how we're starting. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Came into Great Midge, saw Bob down at the the watering
joint.
hole where he's getting his dirty soda.
It was just a soda. Oh, you guys hit up the same convenience store at the same time?
Yeah. Occasionally,
so
we'll
cute.
run into each other.
Yeah. Where do you guys go over here on Lovell?
Yeah.
Okay.
To the big
told
one.
you 59-cent fountain drinks right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, it's under $2 for this King Kong keg of water.
I'm a Casey's guy myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to start besmirching.
What's wrong with Casey's? You got a problem with Casey's?
It's the predecessor was, I felt, a little more elite.
Pilot?
Yeah.
It was a little bit.
This is the same thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
The
See,
soda
here's
fountain,
the
the soda
issue.
fountain at Casey's has not changed.
Oh, hold on just a second. Bob, here's the issue. Russ lives over there in the heart of West
closer.
Knoxville, and he's got one of the flagship Casey's in
Yeah.
his neighborhood.
It's true. My Casey's is elite.
Yeah.
Mine's not.
Yeah, the one by me is not.
The donut game at the Cedar Bluff Casey's, I'm giving it away for free. Sneaky good.
Yeah, the scene down on the
Sneaky good
Merchants
donuts.
Drive Casey's, which is mine, is usually a lot of law enforcement and
Vagrancy and
junkies.
Yeah.
illegal activity. Well, I mean, you get into. I think you get into that in any gas station nowadays. Unfortunately,
The level of secondhand smoke I get right outside my Casey's.
Yeah, that's tough.
Walking in is
that's tough.
But this one's nice, clean. The one me and Bob hit up occasionally.
I've been there. I find it to be underwhelming myself. And they've got I don't use it. I don't get them when I go in there, but the roller game over there, they're grillers, rollers, whatever you call them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
That's
yeah.
that is a steer clear right there.
I did the roller game last. It was about a year ago, maybe a little earlier than that. I went up with,
there?
yes, because I was in a pinch.
You are bold,
I was
sir.
coming in before the 10 a.m. show when I was doing that, and man, I was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog before the show even ended.
You were sick.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, that one. There's
Feeling
something
it, huh?
It kind of reminds you. Remember when Kramer ate the hot dog at the movie theater?
yeah.
It's a perfectly sane food to eat.
That's about all I'd get there is the sodas. That's about it.
Even Lloyd Braun isn't touching those hot dogs,
Yeah.
man. They got those Chiquitos and all the other things.
That was what I think I was the culprit of taquitos.
Oh, God almighty. What are you thinking, man?
Dude, what the heck? Yeah, what are you thinking? People our age can't eat
Before
that
the
stuff.
show? And
As
you're
I
going to go.
sit here and recall that I did
And
have,
you know that you're going to be sitting in a small room with a couple of other dudes for 3 hours.
well, that was the old across the hall when it was 4 dudes and a.
Yeah. He's sitting in here with me right now. I feel like Bob and I have a healthy level of respect for what each other has to deal with.
Well, there's definitely a musk whenever you guys open the door at the end of the show.
In here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like we're probably the two most hygiene conscious guys here.
I get nothing but compliments about how fresh I smell.
Yeah, every day I'm like,
Not from where I was
Bob.
I'm a little lady.
good. Lot of ladies.
Live. Whoa. Okay. Oh,
The ladies' man Baskerville over here.
ladies, man.
Former Alabama coach. Man, that feels good to say.
I've had
Nick Saban in front of Congress today. That's always good when you got a football coach talking in Congress.
I mean, not just that, but the Alabama cheapness.
Roll down Tide.
Sleaziest.
That's when you got the former head coach at Alabama saying, this thing's out of control, man.
Roll down Tide.
You know you got problems in your sport.
Yeah, but I think it's out of control from an Alabama standpoint because
Everybody
the playing field is level.
Wait a
now.
minute.
Bammers.
We're the only ones that are supposed to be able to pay football. It's not fair if there's a level playing field and everybody else is able to get away with anything. That's our job.
Roll down Tide.
Nick Saban pleading for Congress to, and I quote, bring order to a system that badly needs fixing, end quote. The nerve of this guy, man.
Badly needs fixing.
Do we believe that that's part of why he got out of the game was he
Hell
could see it
yes.
changing and he was like, okay, I don't have the upper hand anymore like I used to.
I think that I think he didn't want to deal with it. I think he was very cognizant of the fact that Alabama was paying the players, but I don't think Saban was back there managing a budget from whenever he was there, 07 to 23 or whatever.
I think he was
And
just
now
telling him who he wanted, basically. And then they were all like, "Oh yes, sir, Saban, sir."
I don't even think he had to tell them. I just think it happened. I think that was a system that had been in place for since the Bear Bryant days, since the Wallace Wade days, since day one at Alabama. I think that it was just a self-perpetuating thing. But I think that he saw that is part of the job description of a modern football coach now is you do have to manage that budget and you have to raise that money. And again, now that everybody else is able to do it, it's more a part of your job than ever before. And I don't think he liked it. I think that it's the same thing that caused Jay Wright to get out and Tony Bennett and a couple of other coaches across the board, and they don't like it. And I respect that for them saying, hey, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I want to do. So I'm not going to do it anymore. But I do find it comical when Nick Saban goes before Congress and says that the system badly needs fixing. It didn't need fixing in 2017 when you were running roughshod over the rest of the league and all your players were driving souped-up Dodge Challengers. You didn't need the system didn't need fixing then. Now, all of a sudden, though, the system needs fixing.
It's true. It's true. Speaking of souped up,
Yeah.
saw one of the Vol Hoopers at breakfast this morning.
Oh, yeah. We got Ben McKee coming on here in just a few minutes from Go Vols 247. The new basketball jersey numbers are out.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
I guess so.
And you saw one of the new players. You
Yes.
guys,
so.
the eye test.
This is one of Russell's favorite times of the year.
I was having breakfast and I saw a young gentleman come in, placed an order, and then went back to his car. But I was like, man, he's tall, super tall. I was like, that's got to be
Basketball ballers love the Waffle House.
Yeah, I said to my wife, I was like, that's got to be. And then I started piecing it together because it's still a little slight of build. And I was like, I bet it's Chris Washington Jr. And so he was sitting in his car and he must have got a text or something when his food was ready. I was leaving and he came out and I saw he had looked like a maybe what high school did he go? Was it like Franklin Road Academy or something like that in Nashville?
Think
It was
so.
one of the private schools.
Yeah,
over there.
and he had a T-shirt on that said that. I was like, okay, I'm going to say something to him, and I go, you one of the new Vols? And he goes, yeah. I go, you Chris? He goes, I am, sir.
He called you sir?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
You were looking up. Were you looking up?
Oh, he's all 6'8", 6'9" for sure. It's not one of those where they
That's crazy.
Yeah, they overstate the height. But I just said, hey, congratulations. I go, do you know Russell Smith? Because I work with him.
And he said, who doesn't?
Yeah. And, but yeah, he was a super nice kid, sporting a brand new Volkswagen Atlas, like the sport version that they have.
New?
Brand new, had the temporary tags on it still.
Yeah, it's about
Like
55, I
like
think.
it was a new car for him, like 2026 new or like 20.
I looked pretty,
Like it was-
looked pretty new, period. It was
You seen him?
like a matte gray. Oh, it was a pretty car.
Yeah,
That's good. I mean,
that's one of my dreams. I'd love to have one
And
of
so
those things.
I was communicating with Sam Beard about it, and Sam said, hey, he goes, the wheels some of these guys have are crazy. He goes, I saw Faison Brandon's car. It's a matte brown Mercedes.
I mean, who
Matt
was it?
Brown.
David
I don't know how I feel
Sanders
about that.
has got, a full-on Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon
Yeah.
and a Dodge Durango.
No, I feel like the Volkswagen Atlas is a sensible choice for a young man. Like it's, hey man, you've achieved something big. Like go ahead and get yourself some nice wheels, but let's not spend six figures. Like let's not get into
lower level drone.
debt. Like,
Yeah,
let's just pay cash for this.
It's like
and-
Bear said, that one new is probably in like 55
Yeah,
to 60
60.
range.
Yeah,
depending on your trim.
Yeah.
I always love
Nice
seeing
looking
that
car.
trim package.
Hewitt Pruitt wants to know if you took his milkshake.
They don't. I'll tell you one thing though. They do. I didn't try it. They're serving it at Waffle House right now. The fireworks waffle.
Fireworks waffle.
I know.
Oh, for like $2.50.
Yeah, I guess
It comes with like red and blue.
It's
like,
got like pop rocks on it or something, like red and blue. Yeah, I was like,
don't need to overthink this here.
No,
Waffle
just a-
House.
But Bear doesn't want any red, white, and blue on his waffle.
Oh, God.
He's already over this 250 anniversary of America thing.
By the way,
he'd prefer
fight-
a borscht infused waffle.
Oh, a what?
borscht.
Oh, I thought you said an abortion
No.
infused waffle.
Have you ever had borscht, Bob?
Well, it was offered to me on my flight to Russia when we were adopting our son. It was.
It is like the most disgusting thing
it's
you'll ever
beet
try.
soup.
Yeah, served cold.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was like their version of nuts on the plane. They were like, "Would you like some borscht?" I was like,
No.
"No, not good."
No, not at all. I think it's ridiculous that you play this. The fight is on June 14th, not the 4th of July.
Yeah,
Oh, it's coming up this weekend? Or next weekend?
10 days or 11 days from today. So
That'd be cool.
it's a week from Friday, maybe.
Do you find it distasteful that we're having human cockfighting on the lawn of the people's house?
I kind of agree with Joe Rogan. There's a lot of problems in this. Number one, you're asking world-class fighters to fight outside in what's basically a swamp and a combat sport.
I don't have a problem with that.
The bugs.
It's a
and the
swamp for
heat.
both guys. You guys are elite athletes, elite fighters. Let's go, man. Like, you think they had air conditioning in the Greco-Roman days? I would take, like,
You do you, man.
I would love to see one of these fights take place outside the octagon, just on the dirt, just in the gravel. I mean, let's
Find
get
those. Look it up on YouTube.
let's get ritualistic, and it's better, right? The backyard fighting.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That stuff is awesome.
I don't know. It makes me cringe when somebody just gets absolutely knocked out.
I kind of anecdotal here, but I had a friend, and I'm not sure what he does these days, but he played football at Marshall way back in the day. And when he would go home, like during school breaks and stuff, he and his dad would fight, like fist fight,
What?
Just for fun.
just for fun. Yeah, I mean, it was not no tension. It'd be like, let's go, and they'd just,
Jesus.
yeah, I know. Yeah, there's got to be some issues there, right?
Costoval says Teddy Roosevelt boxed in the White House. Guys, get over it. Is what he says. That's true. I think he fight like Jack Johnson or something in the White House.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like it'd be kind of a mistake.
I mean,
Johnson's champion of the world.
TR was a nut
Yeah.
in a good way, I think. My favorite president.
I don't know. I think it looks kind of weird.
By the way, back to my waffle.
Yeah.
Let's not distract.
I did have some sausage with it.
I love sausage.
Really? Was it good?
Delicious.
I'm a big sausage.
What kind
guy.
of sausage? You have a big kielbasa? Just
Nah, it's patties.
Great.
Great. I love sausage, for one. I'm a big sausage guy. Nothing like a big kielbasa. Just right. Great.
well, I'm glad you enjoyed your Waffle House experience and glad you got to see Chris Washington. Sounds like an intriguing prospect. A lot to get into.
Yes.
This afternoon. Ben McKee of Go Vols 247 coming up. Good day for Tennessee baseball yesterday. As after we got off the air, it was return of the Mac. Landon Mac coming back for another year at the University of Tennessee. So you've got two elite prospects for starting pitching, and you've got two elite hitting prospects in Grenlinger and Clark to kind of build this roster around. What's next for Josh Elander and the baseball Vols? We'll talk to Ben about that next. And is this Chaz Coleman drama? I mean, when does it end? We thought that this was coming to a swift conclusion last week. And Pete Nakos today on 3 Sports says that he has not been, he's still on the roster. He hasn't been to practice. He's not working out, but he's still on the team. How does that work? We'll talk to Ben McKee about that coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us. It's a Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack.
fanrunradio.com and on your free Fan Run app. We've got a podcast presented by our friends over at Broadway Carpets. Check that out if you miss any of the shows. So this is Faison's car. He drives Mercedes. That looks better than you described it.
No, Sam was listening and he sent it along, and it's not as much brown as it is copper. It is a badass looking ride.
Yeah,
man.
it's not just a Mercedes.
Yeah,
it's an AMG,
and he's got his number. What number is 11, 12?
11. Yeah, supposedly. Yeah, Sam said like his number 11 is lit up inside the car. So
I mean, who was it? We saw one of them had a Maybach. Who was that?
Brew McCoy.
That is literally like a at least a $500,000 car.
Bear and I got to sit inside Brew's Maybach.
I mean, we didn't tell Brew that when we met him 30 minutes later, but
he might be pissed off to
rather
hear about
large
that.
Young man.
Oh, the dealer let us in. He'd definitely be pissed off if he heard us talking about that. So let's move along.
Okay.
Just as long as Cody doesn't steal, don't let Cody near Faison's car is what the chat is saying this afternoon. Let's get Ben McKee, Go Vols 247 in here this afternoon. Ben, it's Russell, Bob, Bear. Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Doing very well. Thanks for jumping in with us here this afternoon. So I know you guys over there on the message board are burning things up with Tennessee's latest baseball adventures in the transfer portal. What is the latest there?
Yeah, they're trying to sort their board, and I'd say they're already organized, but as you fully get into the weeds of it, they're sorting through what they believe they are going to need and identifying guys who they are going to go after. They're having numerous conversations, one right after the next. Right now, the only known visitor publicly is Jake Souders, an outfielder from Sanford, who will be here on Thursday, tomorrow. And he plays center field, plays right field, and that's a position of need with Reese Chapman graduating, Garrett Wright probably going to sign in the draft, Jay Abernathy moving on. I expect Blaine Brown to be back, at least entering the week. That was the word. No official wording of what he is going to do next year, but you have Blaine Brown. No word on what Tyler Might is going to do. I guess he could potentially play a corner outfield spot. Nate Eisfelder, no official word there either. He could compete to play right field next year as well. So with a lot of question marks out in the outfield, no surprise that they are quickly getting a terrific outfielder to campus in the Sanford outfielder, Jake Souders, who has some pop in the bat, has a good average on base percentage, can run, did not commit a single error this season, playing both center field and right field. So that's kind of the early rumblings. They're identifying a lot of pitchers. I'm curious to see which guys they bring in for visits and which guys they truly decide to go all in on. I think Josh Elander is very aware that the pitching, especially on the back end, needs to be cleaned up in the bullpen. And I expect him to be aggressive overall. I believe he's very motivated going into the offseason. But just based off of some of the early names that I'm hearing, none that have been set up for visits yet. But it seems like they're going to be really aggressive on the pitching side.
Hey, Ben, appreciate you hopping on as always. We talked a little bit just now about some of the guys that we think about in terms of potential retention. The ones that we've already heard some names, obviously, and they're great ones. We're excited to hear about some of the guys that are staying. But the ones I wanted to ask you about were players that are draft eligible, possibly. And I think of Blake Grimmer and Manny Marin. And I'm just wondering if you're hearing anything about the prospect of those guys, because it feels, I don't know. We had Shump on yesterday. He was like, I don't know. He goes, I think they might be gone. But are you hearing anything along those lines, or maybe something different?
I think Blake Grimmer is gone. I think Manny Marin is back as of right now.
Really?
With Grimmer, it's just seemed like kind of like Garrett Wright, to where he doesn't have the huge draft stock that Tegan Coons or Henry Ford has, but they're just good quality baseball players that are going to get drafted in rounds 5 through 7. And I feel like maybe I'm being conservative there. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if Grimmer or Wright got drafted in the 4th round. I think especially Garrett Wright's a guy that's going to play for a long time. I'm not saying he's going to sign some ridiculous contract or anything like that, but with his versatility and being able to catch, play center field, his speed, he's just that gritty, old, traditional ball player that any baseball fan loves. And he can do a lot of things well. And because of the versatility, I can see him sticking around on the end of a bench and being kind of a journeyman at minimum at the next level. So I think he's going to play for a while. And Blake Grimmer, a different style of player, but just in terms of just being maybe a little too advanced for the college game in terms of being a safe draft pick along those lines. I think it's hard to envision those guys being back. Whereas Manny Marin, with him being younger, and that's the other thing with Garrett and Grimmer, is that those guys are older, and how much is their draft stock actually going to improve with another year? I don't know that it would improve that much. Maybe Grimmer is a different conversation, but I still don't see his draft stock skyrocketing too much. Whereas Manny Marin, he can come back for another year, develop, and his draft stock can skyrocket because he is younger and he has more tools in the toolbox in terms of natural ability. His thing is that he just needs more weight on his frame, more strength on his frame, and you put more strength on that frame with those lightning quick hands, and his stock can really skyrocket, I believe. And I think Manny and his people know that as well. That was the buzz that I was picking up on leaving Chapel Hill, that Manny and his camp believes that he would be better off with another year of college baseball, and they would like to be back, and which would be an awesome development for Tennessee because that takes care of the most important position on the field. And I heard the reaction, kind of, wow, like that was my reaction when I heard it as well, because Manny was a guy that just seemed destined to sign in pro ball this summer at first chance, and he's a draft eligible sophomore, but seems like they are comfortable and feel like Manny needs another year of development, which I agree with, and they think his draft stock will be even higher next year if everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, and I think some casual fans, Ben, will look at it and say, well, Marin was I don't know if disappointing is too strong a word this year, but maybe thought he would take a bigger jump than he did, particularly with the bat. But for folks who followed it for a long time, the jump that guys can take between years in college baseball is huge. And of course, the one people will always point to here locally is Simo and Blake Burke in 2024. Both had huge years after not as big years the year before. So when I look at this roster, I definitely look at Levi Clark that way. Manny Marin, I think, could take a big jump if you get him back. Obviously, Grindlinger is a star in the making, the two pitchers that they've got back. But I even throw Blaine Brown in there. And he's a guy who was disappointing this year. I mean, if we're being honest, with the bat, once Tennessee got into SEC play, he just did not do much. But, man, you see the talent, the athleticism there. And so Jay Johnson talked about this in the middle of the season, the importance of retaining players and getting a program going. Rather, you do have to go out in the portal and fill in some holes, but it seems like Josh Elander is doing a good job of holding on to the pieces he wants to hold on to.
Yes, I totally agree. I don't believe that to this point they have lost anybody that they are truly upset about. Maybe there are some disappointments. Maybe it's disappointing that Ethan Moore or Jay Abernathy's not going to stick around and develop. But I don't know that Ethan Moore was who we thought he was going to be when he signed and made it to campus. He was a big-time prospect, was selected in the draft last year at the tail end, but just was not ready. Really struggled in the fall, struggled in the preseason. So is that a guy that needs 3 years to develop that you didn't quite see when you signed him? Or is he just not good enough to play at this level no matter what? Regardless of the answer to those two questions, if you're Josh Elander with fans already on your back, like, you can't afford to sit around and see. You almost have to mutually part ways and try and upgrade that roster spot. So I think you've had a couple of those instances so far. Again, Jay Abernathy, going into his junior year, he certainly could have stuck around and potentially developed. And I still think Jay Abernathy is going to be a really good college baseball player, but certainly did not live up to the hype in his 2 years at Tennessee. And he was on the fence kind of going into the offseason whether he would stay or go, from my understanding. And it seems like he is, in terms of positioning himself for more consistent playing time next year than he got this year, it seems like he felt it was best for him to go elsewhere. So that's probably the one that stings the most. I'd say Braden Krenzel stings quite a bit, not necessarily because you're upset that you're losing him, because you're not after his struggles this year, but disappointing in the sense of, man, did you think you had something with him as a freshman? And it just did not pan out. So I think with the guys leaving, Tennessee's not upset with any of them hitting the door. A couple of those guys disappointing because you feel like maybe they could have developed into something like Cash Williams, who was a catcher that redshirted this year, Jay Abernathy, Evan Hankins, who tore his ACL at Vanderbilt, taking ground balls, and his cleats got stuck in the turf and his knee twisted in an awkward way. So there's a couple of guys that you can see being good college baseball players, but can you really sit around and wait for those guys to develop in this era? The answer is no, across all sports. So nothing surprising so far. And I haven't heard anything to suggest that there will be any real surprises. Still waiting on decisions from Tyler Myatt, Stone Lawless, Brady Frederick, guys like that. But I mean, I like a Stone Lawless, I like a Tyler Myatt, but I don't believe it's going to break the back of the program if they elect to go elsewhere.
We had a question from one of the listeners on our live chat, Ben, and at first blush, I don't think this would be of consequence, but I want to bounce it off of you. And they asked, would the potential lockout that's looming in Major League Baseball have an impact on any of these guys' decisions? I would think, we don't have guys that would be fast tracking to the majors anyway, but you know this better than I do. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't. I know this is bad for radio, but I don't know that I really have an opinion on it just yet. Because I think like a guy like Jared Grinlinger, and that's the guy where this conversation is going to center around the most, because he is Tennessee's highest draft risk. I mean, he's been projected to go in the top 10, top 15 of its high school signees. I mean, if there's a lockout, I mean, $5 million or $7, like he's in the Billy Carlson range from last year, the Steele Hall range, and I believe that was fringe top 10. I mean, those guys, if I remember correctly, signed like $6 million to $8 million signing bonuses. So my initial thought when I've heard that topic be brought up, and I've had conversations with my buddies about it, because again, we're transitioning to the off season. Everybody knows it's almost draft time, and you start talking about the draft risk in the signing class. So I've certainly heard that conversation, but my thought is like $6 million, $8 million. It's still $6 million, $8 million, whether I'm going to be playing baseball next season or not in the minor leagues. So to me, it's like, and it always comes back to it's life-changing money. So how important is that life-changing money to that player? If they feel like they can go to college and it'll still be there on the back end, then maybe the lockout does encourage them to come to school. But I think for a guy that young, it's not like they would be playing in the big leagues anyways. And I know that minor league baseball, they would still not be playing as well, but it's still life-changing money and hard to pass up on. So I don't know that the lockout is going to deter guys one way or the other. That is something that I'm curious to see how that plays out. Now, to answer the Jared Grinlinger conversation more directly, I do have quite a bit of confidence that money is not all that important to the Grinlingers. Not saying that won't factor into the decision at all. Again, we're talking about a lot of money here. So once that check is presented in front of you, it's still hard to say no to, even if you're not worried about money or necessarily need money. But it's not going to be a guy that is signing just for the money. If he signs, it's going to be because it's truly too good of an opportunity to turn down. Because I know for a fact that the Grinlingers, the brothers, would love to play a year of college baseball together. There's also an older brother that was a pitcher at Long Beach State. Now, I don't know if he's good enough to play at Tennessee. I don't. He has also had Tommy John in the past, so I don't even know if he could play at Tennessee. But I don't know. I might be willing make that trade if it helped me get Jared Grinlinger to campus. And Trent Grinlinger said yesterday that he's going to come back. So I know the Grinlingers are in love with the idea of having all three guys on the same team for 1 year. I don't know if it'll actually end up working out, but I do know that is a thought in their head, and I know that money is not going to be super important to them.
Talking with Ben McKee of GoVols 247 this afternoon on the show. And Ben, just sort of wrapping up our baseball talk here. What do you think of the job that Josh Elander did in his first year here? You know, we talked a lot on the show throughout the season of, you know, Tony Vitello was a first-year manager in 2017, whenever it was, and he got to make his rookie year mistakes in obscurity, right? Nobody was paying attention. Nobody's at these games. And really for a couple of years, Tony got to grow into the job. Josh has not had that luxury. There's been a spotlight on him since day one. I thought that he grew a lot as the season. I thought he had a lot more commanding dugout presence towards the end of the year than he did in the beginning of the season. Just curious what you noticed up close watching him throughout the year and what areas you think he needs to improve upon going forward.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. I certainly do. I think he had a good first year. If I had to put a grade on it, I'd say it's a B minus. Would have been higher if you don't end the season the way that you do by going 0-2 in Chapel Hill. That was extremely disappointing. Now, you lost to an East Carolina program that is a very good program, and they threw a couple of pitchers at you, especially Ethan Norby, who is the real deal. And don't let the uniform fool you with that guy. He's going to be drafted in the first 5 rounds, and he's going to pitch in the big leagues. And then VCU, yes, they're not as good of a program as East Carolina is, and they're a 4 seed, but that starter that they threw had real stuff. And the bullpen guy had even better numbers and had real stuff. And that's all you need in baseball on any given day is can you have a couple of pitchers dominate? And they certainly did to Tennessee. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. Tennessee still has to find a way to get the job done, even against the best pitchers that they're going to face. It is the NCAA tournament. After all, you're going to be facing great arms. And in hindsight, I actually think the break in between Hoover and Chapel Hill hurt them because that offense did not look at all like the same offense we saw the second half of the season. And so I was actually feeling really good about the job Josh Elander did going into the postseason, and I still do. But it felt like, man, like you said, he had made a lot of strides and become more comfortable, grown with more confidence. Not that he lacked it, but just like any of us taking a job for the first time, even if we're prepared for it, even if we have confidence going into it, we're going to be more prepared and have more confidence 6 months into it than we did on our first day or on opening day. So I was very impressed by how the team got better over the course of the season, especially those 5 weeks of SEC play with the way the pitching came on, Tegan Kuhns came on, the way the offense really started going. And then it was a totally different offense that we saw in Chapel Hill. So I actually kind of think the break in between Hoover and Chapel Hill hurt them. But regardless, I think it was a good season for Elander. Certainly has some things to clean up and address this off season. But given the circus of Tony leaving, needing to implement nearly a new coaching staff with Frank and Q leaving, navigating some injuries and being a first-time head coach and taking over a program that has expectations through the roof and fans are still upset that their superstar head coach that they were in love with left. Like, I think Elander did a really good job of navigating all of that mess and getting them to where they got, even though it did end on a sour note.
Let's jump to football real quick. There's one question looming large, and it's about Mike Matthews. No, not really. Chaz Coleman, I mean, two-part question. Anything new that you've heard in that development with him, or is it just, same old is what we've been hearing for the past week? And then also, do you really envision, even if he stays with the team, how effective can he be going into this season? It feels like we're losing a lot of valuable development time.
I got really excited there for a moment when I thought you were actually going to ask me about Mike Matthews. I do not appreciate this breaking ball that you threw me. I'll try to handle it better than the Vols did last weekend. But I have not heard anything new other than the latest report being that he showed up to campus in Knoxville, which is obviously a good sign. Now it's a matter of, can he get back in the flow of things and become comfortable within the program and get back to work? The good news is, in terms of comparing it to the Boo Carter situation, because that seems to be what everybody on the outside looking in is doing, especially non-Tennessee fans and media members outside of Knoxville, is that Chaz is not disrupting his teammates the way that Boo did in terms of starting stuff and just being a knucklehead. It's just the simple fact that he has not been participating. And I do think that there were some legit concerns throughout spring practice about his mental health. Those were real. Those weren't made up. And then it just kind of spiraled out of control. And now he didn't help himself with the photo that was going around with the money.
Yeah.
And kind of that was a poor decision and lack of judgment and awareness. Folks understand where you're coming from a mental health side at the beginning, but then when you go and do that, they're going to have a hard time registering with you. And he's got to find a way to get over that hump and get back in the flow of things and make sure he does continue to be in the good graces of his teammates. And so to answer the second part of your question, which is, I think, more important at this point in terms of how effective will he be this season, I don't see him being very effective at this point. He was already a guy that needed to have a really good offseason. And at least from Tennessee's perspective, I don't know how the offseason for Chaz Coleman could have gone any worse up until this point, because that's a guy that needs to be in the weight room. He needs to be on the practice field, and he hasn't been. So fall camp starts next month. No, it's at the end of next month. We've got 2 full months. The calendar just flipped over, but it's kind of crazy to think that fall camp starts next month. And he's just now hopefully getting into the flow of things of working out and getting better, when this needed to be taking place since January for a guy who had not tapped into his potential yet, at a position where Tennessee absolutely had to hit the nail on the head with whoever it brought in. And it has just not worked out in that manner so far. So I think it's extremely concerning when you look at that position and his potential impact. I mean, I'm at the point where I would be surprised if he is able to contribute in a positive manner and be a real productive player for Tennessee this fall, which is obviously an issue for Tennessee because of the importance of that position. And he was the guy that was supposed to solve those problems. And it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. And I feel for Tennessee because it feels like they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with that situation. He was the most important transfer that they brought in, and it seems like he's not going to be able to contribute in the manner that they need him to.
Off-season drama for Josh Heupel and the Volunteers. He's Ben McKee, Go Vols 247. Ben, really appreciate the time this afternoon. What do you guys have going on over at 24/7? I'm sure a lot of baseball coverage, and get ready for football season as well, under 100 days.
That's right. I'm drowning in all the football news or the baseball news with tracking portal guys and guys leaving. But we do have basketball numbers over at the site. Those got released today for the newcomers. And then, of course, Ryan Callahan has all things Tennessee football recruiting covered for us, which the sports seasons are done, but recruiting season is starting to heat up. There's a rather significant official visitor in the form of a big-time running back making his way to campus this weekend. So Ryan Callahan has all of our football recruiting coverage covered for us at GoVols247.com.
Very exciting. Ben, really appreciate the time. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great week.
Thank you, Ben.
Ben McKee, Go Vols 24/7. And Bob, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, if you've done this with us yet, but Bear knows I have an amazing superpower.
Okay.
I am able to tell whether or not a player in any sport will be good here simply by what number he is choosing or is assigned.
It's a numerologist.
Mm-hmm. So 100% has never failed. And we've got the basketball numbers has been alluded to there. So what I want Bear to read me the player and the number when we get back, and I'll tell you whether or not that player is going to pan out here.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't wait.
This is breaking news. You're going to want to tell all your friends, like if you're wondering, is this guy going to be good or not? Is it going to translate at this level? You're about to find out. Super scientific process about to play out live on the air here next on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to
Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues in a Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. Thank you so much for being along for the ride. Portions of our program brought to you by our friends over at SM Athletics. Check them out online, smathletics.com. If you are getting some new jerseys, uniforms, shirts for your work, business, they're the folks to take care of all that for you, smathletics.com. Interesting stuff from Ben McKee. That was a good visit. And particularly with the Manny Mira news, he just kind of snuck that one in there on us. That would be a big piece of the puzzle for Josh Elander because, I mean, you're looking at putting together an entire new starting infield aside from first base without him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It was great news. And between that and Landon Mack, again, it's kind of what we were talking about before all this stuff started breaking yesterday, that, man, if we can retain the ones that we know are the desirables, the truly desirables, not, no disrespect to Jay Abernathy or some of the other guys who have left, but these are the guys that we're hearing that are staying or sounds like they may stay. That's really exciting. And then go get some pieces out of the portal because we know that's critical too.
Yeah, and for Manny Marin, some people might be saying, well, do you really want him back? He didn't do much this year. Hit 254 in SEC games, only 2 homers, a 318 on base percentage. I'd say if he comes back, he'd get that on base percentage above 350. I don't know if he's a 300 hitter in this league or not, but raise that a couple of points, show a little more pop. Only had 1 error.
Yeah.
In 29 games.
Solid glove. Just needs to get that batting average up. Maybe at 275, 280.
Yeah, it's get on base a little bit more. Like, I don't know that he's ever going to be a big, power guy or anything like that. But you're just looking for a guy to keep the inning going in that position.
It's hard for me to point to a specific, but as I recall, I'm about 100% sure he had some clutch gene moments earlier in the season, though, at the plate.
He had a walk-off in one of the midweek games, or it might have been in the, one of those preseason non-conference things where he was like, we had a runner on third and he's squaring to bunt, and he pulled back and slapped it, poked a single through the middle to walk it off, which was pretty exciting, but just never really seemed to get it going the way we hoped he would. It wasn't bad.
No.
But wasn't a difference maker, I think.
Well, and the other elephant in the room was Antigua right at the beginning of the season, and he's gone now too. And,
yeah, we had that conversation, like who's going to be the shortstop.
Yeah.
If Marin comes back, he's obviously the shortstop.
Right.
You've got Grinlinger / Levi at first / catcher. So that kind of, now you're looking for a second baseman and a third baseman.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that, and you just nailed it too. We've talked a lot lately in the season about how good defensively this team was. Manny Marin was a big part of that, only 1 error. And we were talking about it, watching it last week. Levi Clark played a good first base this season too, I thought. I think there's a lot to be excited about with the guys coming back.
Very interesting situation there with Clark and Grinlinger and even Stone Lawless, who's up in the air about coming back. You got 3 catchers.
Yeah.
And they're all going to want to catch, right? Because it's easier if you can show the bat, it's easier to get into the big leagues as a catcher. And,
right.
First baseman has to be an elite bat.
Yeah.
So how do you split those reps up? Obviously, Grinlinger and Clark are going to be ahead of Stone Lawless in the pecking order. So how much does Stone really want to come back in that situation? And Mike Wilson over at VolQuest had an interesting note this morning, and I don't have it in front of me, so I hope I'm getting this right. But Levi Clark hitting 292 in SEC play with 9 home runs, higher numbers than Blake Burke had in 2024. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Burke didn't have that many home runs?
Not in SEC play.
He did in the tournament, though, right?
In the tournament, and when you combine the preseason, which is obviously where Levi struggled, we only played 2 tournament games. So it's not like he had the chance to do a lot of damage this year. But for folks who are thinking that Levi Clark is not a key piece of the puzzle for next year, yeah, please come on, tell me you don't know ball without telling me you don't know ball. 865-966-3435 is your phone number. If you want to get on the show, we'll open up the phone lines here, 966-3435. And the Chaz Coleman situation there.
I guess it's good that he's not causing the problems that Boo was, but at the end of the day, he's not out there with his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in shape. I think that's pretty obvious to anybody that's seen him. And I just don't know what we'll get out of him. And you can't just put a guy like, even if they were going to, which I don't think they will, and just, bring him in and push him to the forefront. The guys that have been out there putting in all this hard work, they aren't going to go for it. And that's how you lose your locker room again.
Joshy boy, active in the chat again. Is Walker on another vacation? Thought he just got back from one. Oh, well, nothing will get done today.
Wow.
It's a lot of
Walker is sneaky making a play for the Crest Cup here. I mean, like he's
much like Formula 1.
You're going to just sit there and let this happen, Baskerville? I mean,
no, don't worry. I'll catch up. But I've never the concentration of time off. That's a lot right? He was off for a week and then came in for 2 days, and now he's gone again.
Yeah.
He's living like he's a veteran.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know he had paid his dues like this yet. All right. I guess that means I have to do the top 4 as well. Damn it. Yeah. It's not going.
Plan for the future and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
All right, here we go. Hour number 2 of the Drive underway, and the top 4 is brought to you this afternoon by Knoxville Smiles. Number one, Nick Saban facing several United States senators this morning in an historic hearing on Capitol Hill, pleading for Congress to, quote, bring order to a system that badly needs fixing in the NIL and transfer portal era. This a day after the SEC and Big Ten both released statements. We finally found something we agree on with the Big Ten opposing the Save College Sports bill.
I have to say, watching Saban hold court in that setting felt like it fit. You know what I mean? It's like, because, there's been talk about him being like the overlord.
College football czar.
Yeah, I could see it, man. I really could.
I mean, I've said that for a long time. It's just, it doesn't seem like any of this is going anywhere.
No, I think you're right.
I think that the pooling of media rights thing, that's the big holdup for the two leagues. And he was saying it's really not that. It's the stipulations in the act that say that the conferences can't leave, can't break off and do their own thing.
Yeah. But you're right. This thing's going to move glacially, if at all.
Number two, the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office issued a warrant for the arrest of San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk on a misdemeanor charge of exhibition of speeding. Warrant is in reference to a video Ayuk posted to YouTube in December in which he appears to tape himself from the driver's seat going well over the posted 40 miles per hour speed limit on a road that runs past Levi's Stadium, where the 49ers play.
So not only are you speeding, you're filming yourself breaking the law. This guy sounds like a real brain donor, if you ask me, Bob. I mean,
I don't know. It's not a Mensa moment for that kid doing that. I mean, I don't get it.
In other news, Georgia football coach Kirby Smart has made Brandon Ayuk an honorary Georgia Bulldog.
Hey-oh!
Yes.
And have him come in and talk to the team.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. You whip out that phone and you record yourself while you're driving. I mean, that's
speeding excessively. Yeah, it sounds great.
It's multitasking. What's wrong with it, right?
What is the police? I mean, he did this in December.
Yeah,
they're just now getting around to arresting him. I mean, you have to issue a warrant for his arrest. Wouldn't you just call the guy and say, "Hey, man, we're going to charge you with this. Why don't you come on down and?"
I think that's probably. I mean, the warrant gets put out, and then I'm sure somebody will contact his attorney.
You have experience in this?
No, I mean, I'm a street lawyer. Been around the block a few times.
Street lawyer.
Wait, what is a? Yeah, what is a street lawyer?
I ain't been to law school, but I've been around the block a few times. I can tell you.
You like Saul Goodman over here?
No, not at all. Very. I mean, we used to do the whole thing. The Drive would give legal advice. You remember that? These young guys.
It's a service that we offer.
You're giving legal advice?
Yeah, it's real simple. I mean, as soon as you interact with the police and they are going to detain you, you only know one word after that. Lawyer. That's all. Don't care how long they keep you up, whether or not they give you water, just lawyer. As soon as you say anything other than that, you're screwed.
Probably a big Law and Order fan on TV.
Yeah, love it.
Didn't he name that as one of his favorite shows?
Yeah, it was one of the best shows in the 90s.
By the way, top 5 shows of the 2000s coming up after the top 5.
I love how you don't tell me this.
You've got an
4 o'clock.
We talked about it a week ago.
Well, then you're going to get mad at me.
We talked about it yesterday.
Researching it, and not paying attention.
Hold on. We talked about it a week ago. We talked about it yesterday, and now I'm giving you an hour. I mean, like, how many more notices do you need?
Well, because, some people raise some questions with your whole deal. The show has to start in the year 2000 or after. It has to start in the year 2000 or after.
Okay, we can have that conversation. That's another topic. We're talking about this is what we're going to do in an hour.
Okay.
Because I agree. There's stipulations need to be put in place.
Okay, sounds fun. This one should be the easiest.
It was for me. Number 3, NBA Finals tip-off tonight. San Antonio at Frostbank Center. Spurs-Knicks, Game 1, 8:30 p.m. ABC has the telecast. Spurs, a 4.5-point favorite tonight.
Let's go Knicks. I got to go with the Knicks, man.
Go Spurs.
Yeah, I know. You get the whole Indiana thing. It's kind of, just speaking of San Antonio, have either of you guys seen somebody made an AI video of Charles Barkley walking down the Riverwalk?
No.
So many churros with a very large woman.
There are so many AI videos out there now. I know it's in vogue to call it AI slop and just to hate everything. Like my kids like hate it. I'll try and show them like, hey, look at this. And they're like, oh, Dad, that's stupid. You're lame, Dad. I don't know. I think it's pretty funny.
I mean, it's the ones that you can't tell whether or not they're real or not that freak me out.
Like today, I saw multiple videos of like people inserting themselves or other people into like historical events. There was like a guy who prevented 9/11. He like caught the plane. He like went up and beat up Hitler and shaved his mustache. And, wow. Saved the Archduke Ferdinand.
Stopped World War I.
Yeah. Like he was doing it all. And then there was another one that had the A-Team saving people in like famous movies. Like the A-Team came in Jaws and
killed the shark.
Yeah, got the shark. Saved the Karate Kid. A couple of others.
What do you think about the theory of the Karate Kid that Johnny was the good guy and that Ralph Macchio's
It's the
character
dumbest
was
thing I've ever heard in my life.
He used an illegal move to win.
Against Cobra Kai? Like, you got to fight fire with fire. And who said the crane kick was illegal?
I don't know the video I watched.
I mean, you believe anything that's online?
Yeah, pretty much.
You think Mr. Miyagi would let Daniel-san go out there and cheat to win?
You know, back to AI for a second. The rabbit hole I'm getting pulled into is the ones where you have actors and actresses who are what they looked like when they were younger, and what they look like now. They've got them sitting next to each other. They walk into the frame.
If they're dead, they give them angel wings.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for them. I just
Really?
sit there and watch them. Yeah.
I don't think they look very close. So,
well, no, it's talking about how much a lot of them, it's like 40, 50 years difference in age now.
Yeah. But the angel wings are the ones that kill me.
Yeah.
Finally, Major League Baseball got a couple of games going on this afternoon. The Marlins trying to hang on to a 4-1 lead against the Nationals. They're in the ninth inning. They're in Washington. CG's White Sox taking the Twins to the woodshed. It's 8-0 as they play in the ninth inning in Minnesota. And the Mets and Mariners tied at 1 early in that ball game. Earlier today, the Tigers beat the Rays 7-2.
Yeah, we should have mentioned that with CG yesterday. If the season ended right now, the White Sox would be in the playoffs as a wild card team.
They're fun, man.
Yeah.
They're fun. I watched the end of one of their games over the weekend. They had a big walk-off in front of a sold-out crowd and everything. Chicago's got White Sox fever.
They apparently had, I don't know if it's the first time in history, they had a back, like it was, instead of a double play, it was a double 6-3 punch out.
It was a 6-3 to 6-3 double play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So they got the guy,
So
the
the
initial
shortstop
guy.
threw the first, and then the first baseman threw it back.
Well, no, the pitch from the second baseman to the first baseman to turn the double play was wild. And they punched the guy that was originally at first trying to get to second.
How about the guy in the Angels going full Jose Canseco last night?
Yeah, Joe Adele.
One of the great moments in baseball history when Jose Canseco was playing with the Rangers, trying to field a fly ball at the fence. It hits him in the head and bounces over the fence for a home run. Joe Adele, the Angels, last night. Exact same thing happened to him. It's got to hurt, right?
Oh, God, yeah. No doubt.
I imagine it caused raise a
Big old knot on your head.
Yeah, probably hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, the exit velo on some of those balls, I mean.
Just imagine a ball dropping, 180 feet out of the.
Yeah.
If I drop a baseball off an 18-story building and it hits you in the head, Imagine it's going to hurt.
Boy, Matt Olson hit, I think they said it was the tallest home run of the season. Like it broke the radar thing that tracks it. Like they couldn't even, because it just went so high and it just came straight down and barely cleared the fence. It had like over 7 seconds of hang time.
He must have just absolutely mashed that thing.
I mean, he golfed it. It was like straight up in the air.
This is a development. We talked a little about this yesterday, but now it's the San Francisco Giants, Tony Vitello's team. They are in a 4-way tie for the worst record in baseball.
Oh, man. Tony.
Can't say a whole lot. We choked to the Guardians yesterday, the fine club that Russell was speaking
you
of.
got Judge problems, don't you?
Yeah, he's out right now.
Bear follows his team closely.
All I saw was we lost the Guardians, and I didn't look at anything
your boy's hurt. He's dinged up.
He gets dinged up this time.
Guardians are in first place in that Central Division.
The Indians.
Yeah.
That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by Knoxville Smiles, local dentistry done right, offering everything from routine dental cleanings to whitening, wisdom tooth removal, restorative procedures, fillings, crowns, bridges, veneers. They do it all. Implants right there in their state-of-the-art West Knoxville facility on South Peters Drive. It's where I go to the dentist. They take great care of my teeth, my family's teeth. They'll take great care of yours as well. Give them a call today, 865-539-1776 to set up your appointment. Tell them Fan Run sent you. You can take a virtual tour of their facility online today at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Now open until 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Extended evening hours at Knoxville Smiles. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles, 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show. We'll go open lines this hour. If you want to chat, holler at your boys. Phil is first. Good afternoon, Phil. You're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
What's that, David?
Hey, Philly.
How you the boys doing?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
That's nice. Bob's already in the future interview with Chris Washington.
Yeah. We were frequenting the old go-to, the Waffle House.
It's where all the best deals in Knoxville are made over a warm waffle. Actually, sounds pretty good right now.
What's that, Bill?
Can't beat that.
Nah. He looks like he needs some waffles, though. Man. He's a little.
Can we get him and George McIntyre to the Waffle House together and just have like one of those 24 hours you can't leave unless you eat this many waffles?
Yeah, he could. I have faith that they'll get him bulked up under Maidenwald. They'll figure that out. But good kid though, very very respectful and seemed like a nice dude. Yeah.
Is he about 6'9"? Is about what he is?
Yeah, I was just saying that, man. I'll try to post a picture that my wife took. She had no pride. I was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm taking a picture of him." He is definitely in the 6'8", 6'9" range for sure. Tall kid.
You know who he kind of reminds me of was Marcus Hayslip when he come out of Middle
Marshall
Tennessee.
County.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. If he turns out to be half as good a player as that, he'll be worth scholarship.
Isn't that crazy? Hayslip just never amounted to anything in the NBA, though.
He was a lottery pick. I think 12th or 13th to the Bucks.
Right.
Should have stayed there a year in college.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like he was didn't do much his first 2 years on campus, and then just sort of turned it on that third year.
Yeah,
and he and Vincent Yarbrough both left early.
So Russell, when are you going to start saying who's going to be good in basketball? You make nice predictions in the last hour. Jersey numbers.
Thank you for keeping us on task, Phil. I totally flaked on that. We're going to have Bear read me the numbers, and I'll tell you whether they pan out or not.
Huh.
We got to have the show to go, Phil. He'll forget again.
Any news on Travis Coleman? I mean, this thing is I don't know. Ever since Jeremy Banks, this program's been going in tailspin.
Look, if it's not a distraction in the locker room, and there aren't a bunch of dudes in there saying, "Man, this dude ain't been around. He's not one of us." If it's not one of those things, and they want to bring him back at a reduced salary and he wants to play, I guess I'm okay with it. I'm still disappointed because we thought we were going to have an impact player, and it doesn't sound like that's the case. But if he can get his life together and play and develop at a reduced price, I would be fine with that. Bob, there's no way I bring that kid back for $2 million when he hasn't lifted a weight this year.
How do you think this would have gone over if this was a basketball player with Barnes? I mean, if he was...
It'd be over.
Yeah, it'd either be over, or if he stayed when he's coming back, he was going to get a drastic payout cut. I mean, there's no way he's going to...
Well, there'd also be special treatment.
Yeah.
You heard Ethan Berg talking about when he was late for a practice.
Yeah.
And they almost killed him.
Yeah.
As a punishment. I mean, can you imagine, like, you've been gone for 6 months now, you checked out of spring practice, like what you would have to do just to get back into the good graces of Coach Barnes? I mean, it would be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to think. I'm kind of worried about the football. So, of course, you already know that. So,
well, we are. You go into it. You go into SEC football season with quarterback questions, Phil. Everybody's going to be worried.
I'll tell you what, Stuart Mandel at The Athletic put out his new revised preseason top 25 for football. And Tennessee's not in it, but there's been a few where they're not in it, but they say right on the cusp. Tennessee and some other schools, they weren't even on the cusp with Mandel.
What?
He didn't even have them in the top 30. So I think some of the concern is real, man. I think it's starting to be reflected also with other media members too.
Most of the preseason polls I've seen have us somewhere in that 18 to 24 range.
I've seen some, but yeah, then there's just been a few I've seen. Like ESPN just put out a new one too, and we're not there, but in that one, we're right on the cusp, 26.
Well, that's a damn outrage.
Well,
it's been a terrible sports year on the Hill this year. I mean, the men's basketball is 5th. The lady vol basketball is 6th. The baseball team was 10th. I guess the best program on campus is the softball team, right?
Yeah.
Well, women's golf won an SEC championship. I think the men's golf did very well. Tennis teams are doing well.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not talking about all sports on your show right now, are we?
Well, I'm just saying, good, bad, it's in the eye of the beholder, because I could very easily spin that back to you. Football team went to a bowl game. Basketball team went on another deep tournament run and is just humming along. Women's basketball went to the tournament. Baseball went to the tournament.
The Olympic sports are doing well.
It's all in the eye of the beholder, Phil.
Thing. I'm glad that damn baseball season's over. See you.
Baseball season's over.
Well,
Philly.
The classic glass half full versus half empty conundrum right there with Phil.
It's always half empty with Phil.
I do like the pull of Washington maybe getting some Marcus Hazlett vibes. We should be so lucky if that could happen. That'd be awesome.
That is one of Phil's true hidden. I think it's just because he's a complete junkie degenerate when it comes to college basketball. But he's really good usually at getting really good comps on guys.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick timeout. 865-966-3435 is your number to get on the show this afternoon. 966-3435. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan
edition of the show. It's hot outside. You're stuck in traffic on I-40 right now, raging out. Just turn up the AC a little bit, chill out. We've got you for the next hour long. You're in the car here on Fan Run Radio. Russell, Bob, and Bear with you. Walker Smith, we got him on the phone right now?
Yes, we do.
Walker Smith, who is absent today once again as he chases the Crest Cup given annually to the winner of the Wallace Award, the Fan Run personality who has the most days off in the year. Walker is going hard at it. An entire week off last week or the week before.
I thought it was more like, no, because he took the Friday before off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he took a whole week. He had like 10 or 11 days off. He's not going to catch Bob. Bob's like the Michael Schumacher of the Crest Cup. He's the GOAT. But Walker is he's determined. He will have his place on the podium next to Bob.
I at least space my time out, though.
Yeah, I will give you that.
Yeah, Walker, I'm glad I'm glad you could squeeze us in for 2 days this week. That was real nice of you.
I mean, it's a busy time, busy family time. They got probably one of the biggest family events of my life coming up this weekend. As me and my little brother are on our way up to North Carolina as the older brother's getting married, getting hitched.
I thought your oldest brother was already married.
No.
Nope.
So this is the first of the Smith boys to get hitched?
Yep, first of the Smith boys to get married.
Okay.
Pretty big. We've been planning. It's been like almost a year and a half since they started planning it, but we're on our way up there now. And the reason I really wanted to call in is because I have to convene the Council of Elders because I have never given a best man speech before, and I need help.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a big one. So you're the best man as the middle brother or the oldest brother, and you've got to do all that stuff. I'm full disclosure here, I'm probably the last person to ask about this because the last time I was best man, and I think I've only done it once, but it was for my youngest brother, and I bombed big time.
My recommendation to you would be get liquored up.
Yeah.
That's in the plan. That's definitely 100% in the plan.
Because now some of that I'm being serious because it'll also loosen you up a little bit because, I don't know how big the wedding is going to be in terms of attendees, but you could be in front of a lot of people. And so that's always,
Sounds like it's going to be kind of swanky too.
Yeah.
I would highly.
It's going to be like 100 to 150 people.
Oh, yeah. Just slam vodka after vodka after vodka.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
great advice.
Take an anti-anxiety medication.
Yeah,
loosen you up a little bit more. And
aren't you glad you called in? No joke, man. I just about single-handedly ruined my little brother's wedding.
Oh God!
I've told you that Bear's heard this story. I don't know if you've heard it, Bob.
No.
So, like, my brother, nice wedding. They're outside and everything. We're all in our suits and everything. I forgot the rings.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's kind of a key.
I'm standing up there. Don't forget the rings, Walker. First of all, I give you that. Like, we're standing up there. We've already done the procession. Like, the groomsmen on one side, the bridesmaids on the other side. We're waiting on, I think the groom is already out. And we're standing there. And all of a sudden, it just hits me. Like, my brother had given me the rings like hours earlier, and I had stashed them somewhere. And we're already standing, like, they're playing the music. It's beautiful and everything. And I'm just standing. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I'm on a stage in front of 100 people. What do I do?
Oh, that's awful.
And I just had to, like, hang my head and slink out and just walk off the stage, run up this hill.
I can see you right. You look funny when you run anyhow.
And I'm walking, and I go in there, and my now sister-in-law is standing there looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot I got to get the ring. Can't get married without the rings.
I'm sorry. I'm sensing a pattern here with your screw ups in front of your in-laws.
Yeah. So don't forget the rings. And then I can't remember what I said. I was doing the best man speech, and I said something like, when you're doing public speaking and you're nervous, a wise man once said, just pretend that everybody in the audience is naked. And then I looked at the bride. I said, "Hey, Margaret, how you doing?"
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that because then I'd start drifting in my imagination, probably.
And like I look at my brother's just like, yeah, oh my God, this was a mistake. Yeah, she was not happy about that.
So you actually did say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great. I think that
That's awful.
Walker, what I would say is, you're doing it as the best man, or what they call what Dwight Schrute call it in The Office, the bestest mensch was
the bestest mensch, whatever it is.
Yeah, bestest mensch.
Well, I will say it's a little different because it's both me and my little brother. We're both best men, so we're both doing speeches.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is obviously you're there to parlay some, you can't miss with some memories, right? Bring up some memories of,
I've got a couple of those
unforgettable moments with your brother, but then also make sure you get a little bit of love in for the bride too, in terms of, how lucky your brother is and, to be marrying such a wonderful woman, yada, yada. That's critical, man. Got to make that part of the narrative. It's not just about the guy. It's also about the new partner in his life.
Yeah, and don't try and be funny.
Coastal Vol says beta blocker, Walker.
I was going to say Xanax or Valium, but
what is a beta blocker? I don't know. Is that like
some kind of blood pressure medicine? I thought
chill you out.
I don't need that.
I don't know.
You got this. You got this, Walker.
It's funny because, Bob's seen it. Obviously, he's just watched his daughter do it. Like at Webb, we had to do 2 chapel talks in front of 400, 500 people for a big chunk of your grade that year. And I am much more nervous for this than I ever was for giving a speech that's double the time in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just never know, by the way. That's what, to Bear's point about comedy, I used to have to do these things they called them the network upfronts, where you go out and it's where most of the TV advertising is bought for the upcoming year, and you would pitch to ad agencies, et cetera. And I was going around to these markets Detroit, Chicago, elsewhere, and was talking about a new show that we had with with Snoop Dogg. Okay. And I used this line of, at each place I used it, I'd be like, hey, and got a chance to meet Snoop Dogg, and it was great. Good guy. Not too much secondhand smoke. I did okay. And, people would laugh. And then I did it in New York in front of 1,000 people. And that's just a much more savvy audience. I said it, and there was hardly any laughs.
You bombed.
Yeah. I was like,
everybody bombed.
It worked. It worked everywhere else, man. But man,
it was dynamite in Des Moines.
Yeah, it was killed.
Yeah, but they were hardened in New York. But my point is, the lesson learned is, unless you think it's going to be a slam dunk funny point, sometimes the funniest stuff is just again, the memories, stories like that. That'll be what works. Don't manufacture the comedy.
I can't believe he's got 2 best men though. I mean, it feels kind of like
he's got 2 brothers. What do you want him to do? Pick one of his 2 brothers?
Yeah, I mean, you're the next oldest. Tell your little brother,
Yeah, but it's a weird situation because Blake is 4 and 5 years older than Ben and I, but Ben and I are a year apart. So we're pretty much the same age as his 2 younger brothers.
Well, who's
so
older?
It's we both have pretty similar. I'm older by a year. But in his mind, he grew up calling us the brothers his whole life because we're basically the same age. We have the same pretty much relationship with him. So he went with co-best men.
I get it.
It's an easy fix.
I get it.
Nah, easier fix would have been you tell your brother to.
Well, just use all the public. Use all the public speaking skills that you've learned here on the drive
from me,
and you'll be just great.
Oh God!
One more.
I was thinking, what would Bear say up there?
Oh God! Yeah, don't do it.
You couldn't have done any better, and she certainly couldn't have done any worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be something along the lines of, man, if you were going to find a perfect broad.
I mean, she's a hell of a broad, Blake.
Just did it.
hey, big bro, your woman has got some wheels on her.
Nice stems.
Yeah.
So last question I have is the reception indoors, outdoors? Is it an indoor venue?
It's indoors.
Okay.
So we're doing speeches at the rehearsal dinner the night before.
Oh, okay.
And everything else will be, ceremony the next day and all that stuff.
I was going to say your body temperature will go up when you have to do this. So just make sure it's cool in there. That's the other thing. Because
you're kind of a sweater anyhow.
Yeah, you don't want to see, they don't want to see you sweating up there. And if that's the case,
I'll have a sport coat on, and maybe I'll grab a napkin. And
that's what I was going to say. Make sure you have a sturdy napkin or something in your pocket that you can wipe your brow.
Great
with.
advice.
Yeah,
great.
All right, Walker, safe. Where are you going now?
We're going to the Highlands in North Carolina. About a 2.5 hour drive through some mountains. We're doing it at a place called Old Edwards.
Old Edwards
really
Inn.
Beautiful.
Love it. Great place.
Mm-hmm.
One of my
basketball
favorites.
knows about it. It's going to be nice. You know that.
Oh yeah. No, that's a wonderful place, man. Perfect setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's where they got engaged, and it's where we're doing the wedding. I think it's going to be really awesome, and I'm just going to try not to mess everything up.
All right, very good. Well, you have our advice. Feel free to ignore it, but safe travels, my friend.
All right, thank you, guys.
Good luck, Walk.
He's going to screw it up, isn't he?
I don't know. I've got.
He's a member of the drive.
I mean, he's good. He's got this.
He's done announcing and other stuff. He'll be all right.
He's got this. Let's go to the Fan Run breaking news desk. Former Tennessee baseball pitcher Chad Dallas is headed to the show.
Jeez.
Called up today by the Toronto Blue Jays to start Thursday's game against the Braves.
A starter. That's awesome.
Yeah, how about that? Received the call on Lou Gehrig Day just over a year after his father, Tony, passed away from ALS. How about that?
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome news.
That's incredible, man. I'll be watching that game. I don't know how to feel about that one. I kind of be pulling for him.
Who are the Blue Jays playing?
The Braves. He's pitching in Atlanta tomorrow.
That's why you're torn. Okay.
It's hard for me to cheer against my team.
God.
Jesus Christ, again with this.
What's that, Bear? Did he say something?
Yeah.
No. Your lips are moving. I can't hear you. The chop's playing.
I'm talking to Bob. He can hear me fine.
Turn it up. It's turned up as loud as it can go.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
It'd be good if you did a mix with this and the deer being killed. You could cross mix those.
I don't know if I can do that.
That might be the single most annoying sound of all time if you had that.
865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show. Congratulations to Cheese Dallas. He gets called up with an 0-3 record on the season at AAA.
Cheese does?
But he has a 4.5 ERA and a 1.36 whip. So made 8 starts and 10 appearances for the Buffalo Bisons. They play in that, they call it Pilot Park or Pilot Field or whatever. That was the first of the retro ballparks before Camden Yards. They built it, and it's like one of the biggest minor league facilities in the. It's
really
where the
nice
Blue
place.
Jays. It's where the Blue Jays played during the COVID year because they wouldn't open up Sky Dome.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Reading a book about the creation of Camden Yards right now. Fascinating story.
I think Tampa Bay is back in their stadium, right? Last year they had to play like in a.
And nobody's going. And they've got a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they do down there.
I've got the option to go. My wife is going to a conference in Tampa at the end of the month. And I've got the option of going down there. And I've never been to Tampa. They're in town. They're playing there. And everybody says the Trop is by far the worst ballpark in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Which makes me kind of want to go see it before it goes away because they're going to build a palace down there.
Yeah. Tampa's a nice town.
Anything else to do there besides baseball? The
Go
beaches?
to St. Pete.
Mons Venus, but there's
it is the erotic entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, I'm sure your wife wouldn't approve of that. It's got a great downtown area. We were just there. It was in the fall? No, and then we went back in the spring.
Is it Ybor or Ybor City? How do they pronounce it?
Yeah, that's there. But the downtown area is great. I mean, we were down there checking out University of Tampa as a possibility for my daughter, but that was the first time.
Do they still have the big sombrero down there? Did they tear that down? Where the Bucks used to play?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, I think they might have rebuilt it. Coastal Vol is saying you should come down. Tampa's a great area.
Coastal Vol host me? Just don't know if I want to. I was looking at the flights because you got to go to like Atlanta and then Charlotte and Tampa and all this stuff.
You can fly Allegiant
from here to Tampa. Straight?
Yeah, or
Allegiant. Didn't they close?
Well, they fly to St. Pete, so you're right there. I mean, might be a half hour.
Have to like Uber down or something.
Yeah, but I mean that's a lot better than connecting.
It is,
and it would be cheaper, I'm sure. Have you seen some of the video in the last week or two? And no, it was on Sunday at McGee Tyson.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Lines out all the way to where you walk in off the street.
Why?
To go through security. I don't know.
Understaffed TSA.
Yeah. Part of it is the growth has been just like everything else around here, man. Explosive growth.
You can't keep up with the pace.
No.
That's why he's booked flights that leave like 5:30 in the morning.
Remember when the airport here was brown?
Yes.
I just remember as a kid, McGee Tyson, they redid it like 20, 25 years ago. And before that, I just remember there were like these brown hallways. There was carpet on the walls.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of dank and dark.
See, Tampa Vol's on here too. He got you set up. He said you can fly to St. Pete direct 1 hour and 20-minute flight.
Will you come pick me up?
Coastal Vol then says, yes, sir. We got a spare room. It's like $130 with a carry-on.
Now we've got two different YouTube chatters figuring out that no good could come out of the YouTube chatters.
Trying to lure me to the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Quick timeout. The drive continues. 865-966-3435 is your phone number if you want to get on the show. 966-3435. All right, we'll do the basketball number thing when we continue right after this.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at FanRun.
going to is going to be held.
Woo! High cotton. For sure.
Oh,
Well, I knew as soon as
God dang.
The chairman over there knew exactly where he was going.
Old Edwards Inn and Spa, escape to a homecoming. I mean, this website is fantastic. Redefining luxury, it says. And then there you got the guy with the back tattoo getting a massage, but then they have the wedding, a legacy of romance.
Yeah, it's an elite venue, man. It's beautiful.
Welcome in.
I was saying to Russ too. A lot of people like in the Atlanta area. That's like where their getaway homes are for the weekends and stuff.
Is it up near Blowing Rock and all that?
I don't recall.
They showed like this huge rock face. It looks like something that would be called Blowing Rock. It looks like the place,
North Carolina,
like the place where Last of the Mohicans was filmed.
That's up in that area, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I will find you.
I will find you. Great
movie.
movie.
I've never seen it. I just know that line because it was in all the commercials.
Oh, you got to see that movie, man. That's fantastic. Have you seen that, Bob?
Which one?
Last of the Mohicans.
No.
That's a weird. I love Daniel Day-Lewis, and I've not seen a lot of his movies.
The soundtrack to Last of the Mohicans. That's the thing that's like there's an iconic kind of theme song that you'll recognize as soon as you hear it. But
Last of the Mohicans soundtrack, huh?
Like really violent, gory battle scenes. You want a spoiler alert?
The Indians die?
No, actually, they kill the crap out of the British.
That's some of these
the redcoats.
Elk Hunt.
Like they pull
Promontory.
The guy, Wes Studi, right?
What else?
Like legendary. Well,
Dances with Wolves, and
this is the most. Have you never seen like the best Native American movies there are?
Yeah, Blazing Saddles and.
Yes. But no, there's a scene where one of the great villains in cinema history, Magua. He's an Iroquois, and he hunts down the British general and cuts his heart out in front of him, holds it up.
There's a song called "The British Arrival." There's a song called "I Will Find You."
Oh, are you listening to the?
Oh, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
The Courier, Top of the World, Massacre in Canoes.
Mm-hmm.
They have a massacre involving canoes.
It's a bloody movie, man. Great movie, great period piece. Madeline Stowe in her prime. All right, Bear, you got those basketball numbers?
Yes,
for
I
me?
do.
All right, here we go. If you're just tuning in, many of you longtime listeners know I have a superpower whenever new players arrive, and increasingly they just redo the roster every year. It's really frustrating in football, basketball. Guys just change their numbers every year. But I have a rare superpower. I can tell you whether or not a player is going to be successful at the University of Tennessee based solely on the number jersey. Today, the University of Tennessee basketball program has released the numbers for all the newcomers, and there's 9, 10 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we only had 2 returning starters, so
a lot of newcomers on the basketball team, and
13.
We know the roster now, the jersey numbers. All right, Bear, hit me. I'll tell you simple yes or no whether this guy's going to make it.
Braden Liu, number 0.
Nope.
Manny
0. There's never a good 0.
Manny Green, number 1.
Nope.
What?
He's not going to make it. Number 1? No. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules here. I'm just telling you.
Juke Harris, Deuce.
Oh, yeah. Juke's going to be a dude. That's what guy like that chooses number 2. Yeah.
Get some other famous number 2s that were Vols. Chaz Lanier. Grant Williams.
He was
2.
two.
I forget he was a 2.
Yeah.
I thought it was 22.
No.
Okay. Continue.
Terrence Hill Jr., number 3.
Baller.
Really?
Absolutely. He's wearing number 3, dude. I mean, come on.
All right. Chris Washington Jr., Bob's new friend, number 33.
Yes. Baller. Larry Bird. Come on.
Miles Rubin, number 25.
Nope.
Troy Henderson, number 24.
Yep.
Okay. Campbell Duncan, number 21.
I mean, he's
a walk-on.
It actually is a good number, but he's a walk-on. He's not going to get an opportunity.
Ralph Scott, number 13.
Yep. Ralph Scott. He's a player. Number 13. That's a good number.
Christian Furman, number 12.
Nope.
Gavin Paul, number 11.
But he's, again, walk-on. Yeah.
It doesn't – I'm reading it off from Shump here, so he's not there. It isn't noted. And we got so many new guys, I don't know who are walk-ons and who aren't. Jalen Harrelson.
We had talked about this ad nauseum for like 2 months. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jalen Harrelson.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it disappeared. What the hell?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Yep.
And that's what he wore at Notre Dame, by the way.
Playa.
Marquise Clark, number 8.
Nope.
What are you? Oh, okay.
Don't question the process. Just give me the names.
Tyler Lundblade, number 7.
Yes. 7. Great number.
Debo, number 6.
Great number for a sharpshooter. Yes. Debo, number 6.
And
great
finally, Day Ames, number 4.
Nope.
Wow. Really?
Number 4. No,
I hope
doesn't
you're
work.
Wrong.
Doesn't work. Oh, I do too.
And now that I'm thinking about it, Bob, we've never gone back
and reconciled it.
Yeah, with when he originally says it.
It's 100%. It's never failed.
Slickmo 2 on the live chat reminds us Tyler Smith wore number 1.
Slickmo.
Yeah. And what happened? that ended great.
Did it end on the side of Alcoa Highway?
He ended in prison.
Down near the hospital.
What
he didn't go to jail.
Who were the ones I naysayed? Braden Liu wearing number 0. Yeah, that's not going to work. Manny Green, number 1. I wish it weren't so. I mean, he should have chosen a better number. 27 would have worked for him.
You don't remember who else was number 0?
Was that Jonas?
Jonas Adu.
That's right.
Again.
Inconsistent. He was consistently inconsistent.
He was.
But I look at it positively. Maybe Braden Liu's going to just reset the
paradigm. I feel like
0.
I said yes out of the 10 or so names. I feel like I said yes at least 6 times. That's a great shooting percentage.
We're in trouble if Day is not good.
Yeah, you said Juke, Terrence, Lundblade, Dwayne Brown, Harrelson, Troy Henderson, and did you say Miles Rubin at 25? No, you said Chris Washington. So 7 players.
That's okay. That's good. That's a starting lineup right there, and you're returning a couple of guys. I mean, you're not going to hit on all of them, man. If we got 7 guys that can play.
But did you say yeah or nay on Miles Rubin 25?
Damn it, I don't remember.
See, that's how rooted in research these picks are.
It comes to me in the moment. It's past. You guys should have written this down.
It's no different than when I close my eyes during football season and magically see this final score.
It's completely different.
Same damn thing.
From that. Danny White's perm says, we have cleared Chaz Coleman's emotional support peacock with the NCAA. He will be able to stand next to him on the sideline. That's good. Making fun of the kids' mental health. Danny White's perm. You knucklehead.
I mean, if he were going to play this year, they'd have to get him on a cycle of some type of PEDs to get him caught up quick enough. I don't think he's going to be in physical shape to play this year.
Hey, man, I'm not against that. We got any of that deer antler spray left over?
It kind of looked like the baseball team did not look like they were on the same regimen as some of the years past. That did. Man. Like nobody had those crazy muscles on the side of their elbows like some of those guys. You go back and look at like when Beck and Gilbert and that crew.
Who was it that accused us of being on performance-enhancing drugs?
Probably Corbin. He was accusing us of
was
everything.
It coming from Vanderbilt?
I know they were the ones that accused us of the bats.
Corbin was like Dean Wormer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was like there's a
well, Tony, when we'd have him on, but he would not really hide too much his dislike either, I felt like.
Yeah.
For Corbin.
By the way, Desert Dog Win just reminds us Jacoby Gillespie, JG he was a 0 to it.
Yeah, ancient zero.
So there's a success story there.
Okay.
I can never remember who was what number.
Like I said, it's 100% batting average for this superpower, but there's a first time for everything to go wrong. I hope
what
this
was
is
Admiral?
I don't remember.
Is it 5?
Yes, he was.
It was 5. Yeah.
And Connect was 3, right?
Good call.
Like the shots he shoots threes. You think he's going to get traded?
Who, Connect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he will.
You think they pretty much the Lakers just kind of ruined his career at this point?
Coming up, hour number 3 of the drive here on Fan Run Radio. Speaking of newcomers, 4 Tennessee players ranked in ESPN's top 100 college football newcomers. We will let you know. That's a pretty good number. Impact players for the Vols this year. Plus your top 5 at 5 when we continue. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us. Back with more after this.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Wednesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to the show. Got Bob Baskerville and Bear here with me in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. No Walker Smith, which means you are stuck with me for the top 5 at 5. Brought to you this afternoon by ECR Total Landscapes. Number 1, or Tennessee baseball news coming up. We'll start with good news for former Vol Chad Dallas. The man they call Cheese, getting called up today by the Toronto Blue Jays, and it looks like he will be starting tomorrow for the Blue Jays in Atlanta.
You going to be torn at all?
Should be.
Yes.
Should be.
Like, what were you doing when you asked me that, like, this was 20 minutes ago?
I don't remember.
Remember I played the thing, like...
I don't think I asked you about
okay?
Cheese Dallas.
People said...
I didn't ask you about Cheese.
Also, good news for the current baseball roster, next year's baseball roster, as reliever Nick Abraham plans on returning for his junior season. He posted a 4.15 ERA and a 1.12 WHIP in 34.2 innings during his sophomore season.
That ERA to come down a little bit.
Yeah, made a couple of midweek starts. I feel like we threw him in there a couple of times and down the stretch in SEC play, just out of sheer desperation, if anything else. But
leverage situation, bases loaded kind of deal. Are you going to give up runs?
I mean, just like when that we didn't have anybody who could get anybody out besides Arvidsson and Appenzeller. So it was just like, all right, let's try this guy. It didn't work for him, but didn't work for anybody else, in all fairness. He was one of just 4 returning pitchers on our roster this past year. Coons, Arvidsson, and Krenzel, and this guy. So thought I had to, and just looking over this stuff, is one thing Tony was really good at. Remember, Xander Sechrist was the midweek starter for, I want to say, the better part of 2.5 seasons. Like, he was always starting that midway, and he would only pitch an inning or two, but he just got used to it over and over and over again. And then eventually, his third year, we had an opening on the weekend, and he grabbed that opportunity and ran with it. And it felt like this year we started a different guy every midweek game.
Yeah,
Like Nick Abraham started a couple, Blaine Brown started a couple. I think even Frederick started one at one point.
Who was that? Ethan Beato?
Beato. He started a couple, and I don't know, just spitballing here, but maybe that's something that a little more consistency in the midweek games going forward. Number 2, state prosecutors have dropped criminal charges against Atlanta Falcons rookie wide receiver Zachariah Branch, who was arrested, where else? In Athens on April 19th this year on 2 misdemeanors for allegedly not following a police officer's commands.
That tracks. No, but exonerated?
Just dropped the criminal charges.
Nice.
I mean, I don't think he was exonerated. It's decided not to charge him.
Yeah.
Attorney said Zachariah cooperated fully with law enforcement and did not commit a crime on the night of his arrest and never should have been arrested. We are glad this matter is over and that Mr. Branch's excellent reputation and good name are restored. If only it were always that easy for Kirby Smart down there in Athens.
Yeah.
They're all trying out for like
hell of a team on the field, man. You're in, you're out. All the other ancillary stuff is a little bit much.
Number 3, NBA Finals tip-off tonight. Knicks Spurs, game 1 in San Antonio, 8:30 p.m. tip-off on ABC. The Spurs are a 4.5-point favorite.
You both are rooting for the Knicks, right?
I want to say so, yes, but I'll wait until the game starts and just see how I feel.
I kind of do that at times. I mean, I'm saying I'm probably going to root for the Knicks, but I don't know. The Wemby kid's fun to watch. It's kind of freaky because it almost looks almost like AI. That's what I was thinking in my head because he's, 7 foot, whatever he is, 5 guys shouldn't be able to. Man, that kid's got handles.
I just feel like he's about to break a leg, like just constantly. It's going to snap.
Like his ankle.
He's
snap.
Just too skinny.
Yeah. But he's really good.
Cody
man.
stole his milkshake. He's on Body by George McIntyre, that guy.
Like you got to take a shot at Cody again. That's about.
So I heard this morning he was saying that when he dropped off Faison Brandon's food, they met in the parking garage.
Yes.
Which Cody appreciated, and I thought that was a fair point because he said a lot of times,
Why do they meet in a parking garage?
Like in his apartment.
In his apartment complex.
He didn't have Cody have to come all the way up.
Oh, okay. Man, it's been so long since I've lived in a apartment. Like what?
How long's it been?
20 years. I never was in an apartment with a parking garage, though. Parking lot.
That always sucked, not having a garage.
Just one Major League Baseball game happening right now. You've got the Mets leading the Mariners 5-1 as they play in the bottom of the 4th in Seattle. Earlier today, the Marlins took down the Nationals 4-1 in Washington. The Tigers beat the Rays 7-2 in Tampa, and the White Sox shut out the Twins 8-0 in Minnesota. 3 errors by the Twins today.
Twins are not very good this year. They're always kind of sneaky good, but this year it's not. I don't feel like it's happening.
29-34. I know Buck Buxton is one of the guys that's like,
yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of trade rumors with him. The interesting trade deadline this year in baseball, the end of next month. Number 5, police say a Butler County man snapped after his wife told him their marriage was over and then did what?
Burn the house down?
You're actually close, though. You're on the right track.
Oh, I know. But Bob, you go ahead and guess.
Burned her car.
Set himself on fire.
Oh, maybe it didn't. Hey, a good one, though. Self-immolate.
Yeah.
You ain't leaving me, baby. I'll burn myself. Yeah, because she's really going to want to stay with your charred remains.
Some guy did that over in Rocky Hill back during the housing, the crash 2008.
Set himself on fire?
Yeah. He was, he lived close to, Rob, Derek and Rob. Like, I think he lived
people don't know who that is. And I don't know where they live. But
it was over in Rocky.
All right, let's focus here now. Police say a Butler County, Pennsylvania man snapped after his wife told him their marriage was over. He then blank. Final guess.
I can't think. I don't know.
Nothing. You got nothing.
Shot her?
No. Did
not shoot her.
I hate. It pains me to say this, but murdered the.
No. Nobody died. He climbed into an excavator and started to demolish the house. Just tear it down.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had that one.
If you got one handy, you think you're going to divorce me and stay in this house?
I don't think
Hell
so.
no. I will tear this house down before you get the house.
Yeah, people do crazy stuff with the house.
48-year-old Eric Piersois allegedly used a Kubota excavator to rip apart the rear of the family's home. Investigators say the damage was so severe that there were actually concerns about the home's structural integrity.
So he literally, pretty much demolished it.
He went berserker. I'm looking at pictures. He was like in the back of it, the back of the house. He kind of tore it up. Wife and their 2 daughters were still inside the home at the time of this too, which is
being charged with attempted murder. Or
it's frowned upon,
endangerment,
certainly. According to the criminal complaint, Pierce's wife told police that her husband arrived at the family's home after drinking all night and began arguing with her. When she told him the marriage was over, investigators say he responded with a chilling threat, quote, "If it's over, I'll tear the house down." And he huffed and he puffed. And he got in the excavator and tore the house down.
What the hell are they doing with it? How was a Kubota excavator?
They were doing some work in the back, I guess. Wow. Yep. Guy was pushed to his breaking point, I suppose.
Sounds like it.
That is the top 5 at 5. It's brought to you by ECR Total Landscapes. Don't forget, you could save 10% on their monthly maintenance package. Yards just growing out of control. I see some of them in my neighborhood, man. Don't want to be that guy on the block. And if you don't want to be out there doing it yourself, then call ECR Total Landscapes. Let them handle it for you. They'll take care of the de-weeding, the flower beds, the leaf blowing, the trimming, the mulching, and so much more so that you can just sit back and enjoy the beautiful landscape. Right now, get 10% off your first month of their monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, 10% off. All you got to say is you heard us talking about it here on Fan Run Radio. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you and your family. Call today, 865-384-2012, or just visit online at ecrtotallandscapes.com. Setting up a big third and final hour. We'll see if we can nail the dismount for you here. 865-966-3435 is your phone number to get on the show today, talking about the SEC and the Big Ten jointly opposing the Save College Sports Act. I mean, it looks like this thing is dead on arrival. You've got Nick Saban up there speaking to Congress about it this morning. But when you've got the two biggest leagues in America saying, yeah, we can't get behind anything that says we can't just make up our own rules and do whatever we want to do. I mean, what are we talking about here?
It's kind of been the overriding problem with all this stuff is, I mean, it's not, let's not act like we haven't had rules going back for 50, 60 years. They just refuse to follow them.
Yeah. And I guess that's where we're at, man, is these folks literally cannot follow the own laws. So just go ahead and do it, man. I say, just go ahead and break away and do your 40-team Super League or whatever it's going to be. Did you see Pete Bavacqua, the Notre Dame athletics director today, talking about what that might look like?
No.
He was up there too, testifying after Saban, and he basically said, look, you know, the most he was trying to make the point is like, we're not just completely all about the money hungry, money, because if we were, what we would do is do a Super League where we just have 24, 30 teams, and it would be Notre Dame versus Alabama and Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and all that stuff. Somebody made the point, yeah, you sense the TV executives drooling over that scenario.
Yeah.
And he's a former TV executive.
I normally don't like that guy.
Have you seen Topmeyer's piece on USA Today? He has the 9 quotes to Congress from Nick Saban that will make you laugh out loud.
No, but that makes sense now because earlier I glanced and some Bammer was just melting, just having a crash out on Blake.
The top one for me was Saban saying, quote, "Who's responsible for driving the Ferrari 150 miles per hour into the Grand Canyon? The guy behind the wheel.
Roll down Tide."
Yeah, Nick.
They said, yeah, he goes, if you had the biggest, baddest Ferrari that you could ever have, and it was going 150 miles an hour towards the Grand Canyon, somebody needs to tap the brakes. Yeah.
He wasn't tapping the brakes on any of them Hellcats. His boys were riding around down in Tuscaloosa.
They don't even have brakes down in Athens.
This is vintage Topmeyer, to be honest with you. It's all pretty snarky.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything.
He's got a lot of snark to him.
Yeah.
These days.
Saban said, quote, "Congress does not need to micromanage college sports." And Blake's response was, "Why do you think you're here, Coach? Did you not get the memo? You're testifying in support of a 111-page bill that amounts to Congress's attempt to micromanage college sports."
What do you think it is we're doing here, Nick?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't really want the Super League. I'm a tradition guy when it comes to my college football. I think the SEC is already too big. The Big Ten is a joke. It's unrecognizable to what it is and what it should be. But since we're already here and these efforts to save college sports are clearly going nowhere, there's part of me that says, okay, well, let's go ahead and do the Super League. What would that look like?
A lot like the Big Ten. I mean, that's basically a super conference right now.
You add a couple of teams to the SEC, get up to 20, and then have divisions that would look more like what we grew up with. And then the Big Ten can absorb another couple of teams too, and they can have some divisions. And maybe you could get, it wouldn't be called the Pac-10, the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, and the ACC, but maybe you could get back to what those leagues used to look like, and even have
Pacific Division, Southeastern Division,
the old Southwest Conference.
I've said it all along. I think it will look. I think because it just makes sense to lower all the teams' travel costs. Like, you don't see the NFL traveling like this. It's insane. It's a waste of money. It'll be closer to what we used to have. That's why I'm in favor of it. Other than the fact I do worry about what's going to happen to the people who aren't going to make the super conference and all the Olympic sports. And it's just, the super conference is going to take all the money away from the have-nots. I don't know how they're going to survive.
I hate it for them, but I mean, that's just not anywhere on the list of priorities for anyone other than a handful of fans that enjoy that level of football or work at those institutions or went to those institutions. Like, just the people that are driving these decisions, just they have no interest in Chattanooga and MTSU and schools like that, and I'm not so sure that they should.
Do we know? We know, of course, about the last 3 national championships in football have been won by Big Ten teams, but then prior to that,
it was all SEC.
All SEC. When's the last time an ACC or Big 12 school won? Was it Florida State? Oh, Clemson.
Clemson won one. Florida State won one.
Has there been a Big 12 national champion?
I don't think so.
No. Well, Texas was in the Big 12 when they won it in 2005 or 6.
With Vince Young.
My point is, it's like one of those conferences needs to, like, maybe Miami's got their best shot next year to win it. That might shut some of this up in terms of, part of it is a 2-conference game right now, even at the highest level for the national championships, everything. Yeah, Miami was in the title game. I get it, but
what are they going to do about basketball? There's no way the NCAA is going to. I think the reason they don't care that much about football, the NCAA, is because they don't make the money from the college football playoff like they do with the basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And now the baseball.
If the SEC were to absorb Florida State, Miami, Clemson, North Carolina, Virginia, whatever combination of schools you want, then that league is effectively dead. And, if the Big Ten were to absorb Kansas, really just Kansas, like that league kind of dies. I guess there are some football powers in there, but
I would say Texas Tech now, just because of their spending power too. They'd probably be an attractive target.
Quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive, 865-966-3435. We'll get back to your phone calls when we continue. 966-3435. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube.
We're going through the decades here, and I guess we'll do the 10s hopefully tomorrow, and we might as well go and do the 20s. Hopefully there'll be some more.
I can't give you. I got more than 5. I'll tell you that. It's the 2000s.
Really?
We said it's easy. Tough. It's actually hard because there's so many.
I feel like I nailed it. We'll have some agreement, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But the devil lies in those little bitty details here. I'm sure Bear will have something weird that nobody's ever heard of. So
something from jolly old Breton.
We'll get to something from the BBC. We'll get to that coming up here in just a minute. First, a call from Jamie. Good afternoon, Jamie. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
So mine 1 through 4 would be Breaking Bad, and I guess 5 would be Better Call Saul.
But these are so we're going with the decade of the 2000 aughts.
2000 to 2009.
Okay. All right. I got you. Hey, so you guys remember Grady's, right? The restaurant here in town.
Yeah.
Good food.
It was incredible.
Yeah. Then the bean counters came in and started trying to figure out how to save nickel on a piece of cheese, and then went out of business. I'm afraid that's what's getting ready to happen. With this college football, we've got the greatest thing going on earth, and we're getting ready to screw with it some more. I don't like the idea of a super conference. I love the rivalries. I love hating on you. Guys don't miss the Big East in basketball?
Oh,
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
80s and 90s Big East was phenomenal, man.
But it's gone. It ain't coming. Like the Pac-10 ain't coming back, Jamie. Like I'm with you, but we have to live in reality.
Yeah, but we can stop the bleeding is what I'm saying. Don't do any more. It's already proven. That's not a good, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
You're not.
I miss those.
You're not wrong, but the reality of these people don't care about tradition, rivalries, the things you're talking about. It is about, it's the opposite of the restaurant situation where it's like, they're trying to save a buck. These guys are trying to, like their avarice and appetite for more money. It's limitless. It knows no bounds. It will never be enough.
I'm with you. I'm with you, and I understand you. I get it, Russ. Money, it's the driver. I just think that they might be shooting themselves in the foot. Who would have thought 20 years ago that NASCAR would struggle to sell seats at Bristol?
What you'll never hear at one of these like SEC spring meetings or the Big Ten meetings or something is some athletics director or TV executive or conference commissioner get up there and say, "You know what, guys? We've done some good work here, man. I think we have really maximized all these revenue streams, and we did it. Mm-hmm. We're all wealthy. We've all got enough money. We've got enough facilities. We've got enough to pay the players, and we have figured this thing out, by golly. Let's just kick back and enjoy it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're getting ready to have 6-hour football.
It's, oh, my God, we don't have any money. We don't have any money. It's like Scrooge McDuck in his, vault of gold coins saying, "I'm poor. I have no money." And everybody's just looking at him like, "Dude, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Y'all are ridiculous."
Absolutely. I like how they snuck in on us a few years back about how they would come back from commercial break and do a kickoff and then go right back to commercial break. Like, come on. Let's get more than just a kickoff in before we go back to commercials. It's like I'm tuning in to watch commercials with some football sprinkled in.
That's that it ain't like that. That's it. That's what's happening.
It is it. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. Phone battery's died, but I had one thing when you were bringing up what Saban said. We're all talking about the hypocrisy of Nick Saban, but man, is he not the guy that came out whenever he had a player kill somebody in a car and said that it was everybody else's fault but the driver? He literally said, "Oh, what about his buddies who didn't take his keys and everything?" And then he wants to make an analogy where the driver is the sole responsibility. Somebody needs to bring that up to him. Like, I thought you said when you had a player that killed somebody that it was everybody else's fault in the world but his. But now in your analogy, it's the driver. Help us make sense of it. I'm gonna get out of the way, guys. Y'all hang in there.
Thank you, Jamie. Is he talking about Henry Ruggs?
I think he might be talking about Henry Ruggs, but that was when he was in the NFL.
Yeah. I guess still technically an Alabama,
right?
Maybe not graduate, but former player. I don't remember the exact context of those comments. I would hope that obviously the primary responsibility rests on the driver. I don't have a problem though with pointing out. It's like, okay, like it's this It's the driver's responsibility. He shouldn't have done it. He's paying a heavy price, obviously. But you're at a party.
Yeah.
We've all been in a situation where you see a guy who doesn't need to be driving trying to drive.
Right.
And it is a hard thing to do to step up and stop him sometimes. And if that's the point he's making, that people need to be stronger, then I would agree with that as well.
I saw a couple of epic fights over guys a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, nah, brah, you're not driving.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Sometimes you got to get physical.
Yeah. And one of them wasn't a male. And it wasn't males that.
That's the worst.
It was
that's the worst time.
Yeah. This big party
Trying to get
and
the
everybody
keys
had to look
from
at
a
their
drunk
girlfriend.
woman?
They were like, hey, y'all are going to have to handle this one.
I don't mean that as a sexist comment.
Well, man, you can't go grabbing on a woman. You know what I mean?
If
You
the
don't wanna get in
alternative
front of
is
the
she gets
car.
in the car and drives drunk, then I think you got to do what you got to do.
I did have a buddy take away somebody's keys, and he just chucked them as far as and hard as he could.
Well, that's one way.
They were never found.
I don't know if that was necessary.
I don't either. Created a
take
lot
them,
of problems.
Take them and leave.
So,
Matty Ice is next. What's up, Matt?
Hey, boys. Happy Wednesday. How we doing today?
Doing well. Thank you.
Hey, Russ, I'll make it quick, guys. As you guys were talking about the Super League, I was actually having a similar discussion with some buddies down here in the Fort Worth area, Tech and Baylor and SMU, and I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts if we do eventually get to that point of the Super League. You know, the non-traditional blue bloods, if you will, that have money like SMU and Tech, would you see them buddying up and joining the SEC, or would they have their pick up the litter? And I'll hang up with that thought. Take care, boys.
Thank you, Matt.
It's a good question. It is. It depends on what the capacity for the SEC would be, because again, we've talked about the usual suspects coming from the ACC.
Well, and where do you draw the line in terms of quality? It's like, does Vanderbilt get a place in the Super League?
Yeah.
What about Northwestern? Because if the goal is, and make no mistake, it's not about geographical integrity or does this school match up with our vibe or brand or anything. It's about how many marquee games can we set up that a lot of people are going to watch on TV.
Sure.
And so, I don't know if Texas Tech, despite all their money, meets that threshold. I think Tennessee makes it. Does South Carolina? Does North Carolina? Again, you listen to what the Notre Dame AD said. If you've got, and by the way, Notre Dame has a total cupcake schedule once again this year. But if they're playing Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, instead of Navy and Bowling Green and whoever they're playing, then all of a sudden, what does that do to the value of their TV deal? That's why Sankey expanded. That's why you brought in Missouri. It's why you brought in Texas. It's why you brought in Oklahoma, A&M, all these teams, because you're creating more value for whoever you're going to for your TV deal.
Man, I would kill for a different team in the conference currently than Missouri. Swap somebody out.
I don't like Missouri. I really don't like Texas A&M, Texas, Oklahoma.
At the time, it was pitched to us as, well, Texas A&M's a big brand, and you're getting into the your Dallas and Houston TV markets, and Missouri is not a big brand, but it's a fairly big state school, and it's going to get us close to St. Louis, maybe even Kansas City.
Yeah,
and you're going to have
market.
Yeah, you're going to have some of those big TV markets. I mean, that's all it was.
That's why the Big Ten did Rutgers, right? I mean,
yeah,
that was on the fringe of the New York market. So,
which was interesting because they turn around 10 years later, not even 10 years later, and add Oklahoma and Texas, and Texas is, but it was a big brand. It was like these are just people are going to watch these teams.
Yeah,
not necessarily a market in
Because I mean, if you just went on fit, like culturally and historic, I always thought West Virginia would be a great fit for the SEC. I mean, those people they go hard up there. They're insane.
Congrats to West Virginia for winning the Coal Bowl, taking down Kentucky in the regional there, and they move on to the Supers, which are beginning on Friday.
Have you seen, I think Barstool posted it, some kid that committed to West Virginia, a football player, and his commitment video was a burning couch, and he ripped his shirt off, and they were playing Country Roads in the background too.
With the couch fire.
With the couch fire.
That's outstanding. No, that was Matty Ice. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bear.
I was going to say, what Kentucky and West Virginia? That's the Hatfields and the McCoys originally, wasn't it? What, one family and
might have been.
Oh yeah. That. By the way, we're about to do our TV shows.
That was a good TV with what's his name?
Kevin Costner.
The one I remember, it had the guy. He was Chet in Weird Science, and then he died.
Oh, Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. Yeah, he died of it.
Yeah, and he was the head of one of the families, and Costner was the head of the other one.
Yeah, I think he was a McCoy and Costner was Hatfield. I may have that completely backwards, but yeah, that was a good TV show.
You ever been to the Hatfield and McCoy dinner show up there in Pigeon Forge?
Nah, typically I've never gone to any of the dinner shows up there. I always wanted to.
Yeah, Hatfields and McCoy's 2012 3-part Western TV miniseries was on the History Channel. It was outstanding.
It was really good.
Utterly outstanding.
All right.
This may be our hardest.
This was easy for me.
I mean, there's so many good shows. I mean, you could do a comedy category. You could do a thriller.
Now, before we get to it, this is the 2000s. Parameters.
Does it have to start? If it starts in the 90s, it can't be on there.
Well, I think it should, because The Sopranos, I think, is going to be on all our lists. I consider that a 2000 show. I believe it began in 98.
Yeah, but I counted it as a 90s show last week and then got ridiculed for it.
Well, yeah, because it's a 2000 show.
I'll tell you the framework I put it in was because The Sopranos, okay, 99, I think maybe you get a pass on that. But if these shows I included there, I didn't include some shows that go like into 2015 and others. It had to be in the framework like 99 to 2009.
I was thinking like if it starts 98 or 99 and goes longer than
shows.
Hold on, just if it goes 98, 99 and goes longer than 2 years, into the next decade, or it starts in the 2000s and ends by 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Like if the majority of the series happens in the 2000s, I feel like that's a good. All right, we can argue this forever. Who wants to go first?
I will.
All right, Bear, what you got?
All right, I got The Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
I've got The Wire, Breaking Bad, Lost, and really, because it was so groundbreaking at the time, 24.
See, I don't think Breaking Bad started.
No, Breaking Bad is a 2010 show.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that ended in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at a list right now from IMDb, and they're not on it.
Because they're on the IMDb list I'm looking at. They're on here. All right. Well, I mean, you can take that one off.
I'm sorry. I was totally distracted. I thought I had lost my list for a second. Go through your 5 again real quick.
Well, I've got 4. Lost, 24. Let me pull up my list again. The Wire.
The Wire's good.
And Sopranos. And then I got to bring you one more. I would probably go either The West Wing, which was a great show.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
I mean, The Shield.
I've heard that's good. Never seen it.
The Shield's fabulous. It's on my
list.
list.
You're at 6 now. You had 2. We had 2 of the same ones.
Really? Only 2?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're just so many.
What do you think they are?
Probably Sopranos and 24.
Nope.
Lost.
Yes. Bob, what you got?
Well, I'm trying not to duplicate here, but I did. Let's see. I'll just blow through the ones I have 10 here, by the way. So you're gonna have to give me some grace here.
10? It's a top 5.
Come on, Bob, whittle it down, buddy.
This isn't the all SEC team
I'm
where you get
staring
to
here.
have
I didn't even my
3
favorite,
shooting guards.
My favorite show didn't even make the list.
All right, I'll do this. I'll do my top 5 that didn't include names that you've already mentioned because a lot of them you did.
Okay.
So for me, in not any particular order, Arrested Development.
That's a good one.
Now, technically, they had a reboot on Netflix, but it was like in 2020 or something. The majority of the show was in 2000 to 2009. Deadwood.
Yeah, I wanted to put that one in there. That's a great show.
Flight of the Conchords.
It's kind of a
that's a
fair kind of.
That's a fantastic
What
show.
was that? Was it was they were a band or something, right?
Yeah, they did.
I've heard of all these. I've never seen any of these.
Yeah, it was on HBO. It was a fantastic show. The Office, the UK version, the original, the OG.
Okay. Never seen that one either.
6 Feet Under.
I thought that was good, and then I thought that faded hard at the end. Like I think I lost interest.
I think the final episode was one of the best final
Really?
episodes of any TV series ever.
Who was that girl? Brenda,
the
sex addict.
Yes. Yeah.
She was good. And then the old guy from Step Brothers, the dad,
Richard Jenkins. He
loved
wasn't
that
in
guy.
He wasn't in it for very long, but yes.
Oh, that's right. Spoiler alert.
And then I had one more. Oh, and this was a limited series, but Band of Brothers.
Yeah, I thought about putting that on there, but I mean, Band of Brothers, Generation Kill was on there.
This is controversial because Bear and I go back and forth. I know Band of Brothers is great. It's ballyhooed. I usually love World War II stuff. I've never been able to get through it.
It's great.
I think, and I've watched the first episode at least 3 times.
I mean, the series launched like probably what, Bob, at least 10 to 15 major careers came out of
and
that.
I really love,
yeah,
like the Pacific, the other one. I loved that. I went through that, no problem.
Like that one.
That's so weird.
Pacific was great too. They were both great. I mean, they were. There's other ones that straddled too. That somebody Kiffin Wrecked Lexus put Mad Men, but that went well into 2015.
Yeah, I consider that 2010s.
Yeah.
All right,
what you got?
The Sopranos and Lost.
Yep.
The Office, American version.
I knew that was coming.
Friday Night Lights.
Not anywhere near the movie, but you do you.
You've never seen it.
I watched a couple of episodes enough to know it was just dumb.
What? That's a horrible take.
I don't like, what's his name? Kyle
Chandler. Yeah. I found his character to be inspiring. He made me want to be a better man. Like,
thought he was corny.
Kyle Chandler, Coach Eric Taylor of Friday Night Lights helped me grow up, helped me go from a boy to a man. I salute you, Kyle Chandler. Friday Night Lights is outstanding. And then the last one on mine, and this one like started in the 90s and is actually still going. But South Park, I just consider a 2000-aught show. I feel like they hit their stride in 2000-aughts. I feel like they have, several of the best episodes in television history, the best social commentary in television history, and the best like push the envelope in television history. So my 5: Sopranos, South Park, The Office, Friday Night Lights, and Lost. Come at me, bro.
The only other one I had, it was just wickedly funny. This would be the weird one. Did you guys ever watch Boston Legal?
Boston Legal's on my list. I just ran out of spots to. Yeah.
Spader and Shatner.
Yeah, the first couple of years didn't have those guys though. That's the thing. It used to be like Dylan McDermott and a bunch.
Well, that was when it was called The Practice.
Yeah,
they spun it off.
They went through a whole recast and a reboot of the show. But yeah, Spader and Shatner were great. It was good.
You never seen it, Russ?
No,
they're completely
never.
insane.
I've just never been one. And it's funny because The Office is one of the great all-time series, but I've never been a big, I guess, office drama guy. Like stuff that takes
it's pretty much a straight comedy.
Boston Legal is?
Yeah, it's got some dramatic undertones, some of the stuff. But yeah, it was
for the most part
quirky.
It's just kind of weird and silly.
All right, the YouTube chat is popping. We'll read some of these comments when we continue. Wrap it up with a phone call or two if you want. 865-966-3435 is your phone number. Back to wrap things up. The shocking conclusion of The Drive up next.
The Drive. Miss any of your favorite fan run show?
Parents were a big fan of that show. I see clips of it.
That's a good show.
I'll tell you one that was in the 2000s that wasn't for everyone. I thought it was groundbreaking because it was so edgy. Was Nip Tuck.
Yeah, the first season or two, that was really good.
That one guy's dead, man.
Yep.
Julian Peterson, I think was his name.
Bradley Paul says, Deadwood, isn't that a show about ED? GBO Kyle Beach with a vote for Reno 911.
I think that started in the 90s, didn't it?
I don't know. It's good, though. They got it. There's a kid from Farragut that was in that.
Really?
Yeah, Ben. I forget his last name.
I'll tell you one. I wish I'd seen it because I would have put it on my list.
Gibber or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Sons of Anarchy was really good.
Yes.
Never saw it. Coastalval says, does Bear prefer Band of Comrades?
No, I prefer. Jesus Christ. Here's what I'm surprised wasn't on yours, Russ. It's Always Sunny.
Not a big fan.
Really?
It's still going too.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that show was too silly.
Yeah.
Too stupid.
It had some moments.
It did.
It grew old for sure. It was a little too.
My Name is Earl. It was a pretty good one.
Kiffin's Wrecked Lexus says first 3 seasons of FNL were good, but the last 2 seasons weren't. Can't dismiss when Coach Taylor went to East Dillon and resurrected that dormant program. Yeah. Oh, man, that was great. And Rick Barnes made a cameo in that show, as I recall.
Really?
Yep. Vote for Cold Case, Justified, the HBO series Rome.
Justified started like 2010.
Yeah, it started later than the early
It'll
2000s.
be on a later list.
Never watched Gossip Girl, but that got mentioned as well.
I think Walker was big into that. Chuck was a great
one.
show. You guys watch that?
What?
Chuck?
No.
Was that with Dane Cook?
No.
No.
It had Yvonne Strahovski.
Yeah. And it was Levy, Jeremy Levy or Jason Levy. Or
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi is
Yeah.
how his last name is pronounced now that you mentioned it.
It was a great show.
Let's get a call from Rusty. Good afternoon, Rusty. You're on the drive. Fan Run Radio.
Guys, I'm not trying to come down, but how is The Wire not on everybody's list by a mile and the leader? And there's no, forget about years, forget about decades. It's the greatest show in history.
The greatest show of all time?
No.
It's a bold.
It's on my list.
It's top. It's top
Wire
3
is
for
number
sure.
one.
It's top 3 minimum, and
Wire
I didn't mention it just because I had too many already.
It is a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Never seen the last season.
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
It's great.
What was the best season?
2.
Is that the Stevedore one?
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
And most people
Sabatka.
don't get that. That was like one of the more crucial seasons. In
But what the one where with Amsterdam?
That was season.
I think that was 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
With Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So,
these yos are too stupid to know that it's Amsterdam. They said. What Hurt
I mean,
said.
it's Sopranos, Breaking Bad, and Wire. That's the argument, right? But it's The Wire. But forget about that. Sun should be on the list, and Rush, you got to watch it, man. I mean, any show that's rooted in Shakespeare and derived from, it's worth you checking out. It's Hamlet. I don't know if you're. I mean,
Sons of Anarchy is?
Hamlet.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
It's the outline of Hamlet.
Really?
Yeah, just on motorcycles.
Yep.
Do they have ghosts?
There are letters from a person that's passed on that represent the ghost. Yes.
Okay. I might have to give that a look.
Walton Goggins all-time role.
Yeah.
Tig and Walter Goggins. That's so great. All right. Y'all be good. Love you.
Thank you, Rusty. Appreciate the phone call.
I don't know how Russ will. That's one of his most unique roles.
Yes.
Walter Goggins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it any worse than and I haven't seen the show White Lotus, but that clip that went viral a couple months ago?
No,
it's beyond that.
Yeah. Oh, he was
what?
He was just listening in White Lotus.
Yeah, but the description was the worst
that
thing
was-
I've ever heard talked about on television.
That was a fantastic scene. Sam Rockwell just killed in that.
That was a good scene.
That was a great scene.
I have no context for it. So all I know it was 2 dudes sitting in a restaurant talking about the worst thing I've ever heard described.
Yeah. Well, they were buddies and they were catching up. And,
Well, I mean,
no, seriously, that's what was going on. And that was Goggins' response, his reactions. He didn't say a word and he was fantastic. But the role in Sons of Anarchy is a total departure from that. And it is it is creepier than anything you saw in that scene.
What? All right. That's hard to imagine.
And then when you find his whole backstory, Bob. And
yeah, it's great.
It's one of the more.
Where's the
twisted
streaming?
parts
Sons
about
of. Can I watch it somewhere?
Probably Hulu, because it's a former FX show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It is on Hulu.
Yeah. Go watch. See if it arouses my passions.
Kiffin's Recolexus. He's active here. He said thoughts on Monk.
That was a pretty solid show.
I never really watched it, to be honest.
Me neither.
Here's one I'm wondering.
He had like OCD or something,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
He was a detective with severe OCD.
And I think his previous show before that was Wings. I think he was on that sitcom.
Another show I never got into.
Yeah.
But Weeds.
It got a little too unbelievable for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a grass expert.
Nancy Botwin, was that their character's name? I don't know. Who's the gal that played? What's her name? She's in. She played Josh's girlfriend in The West Wing. Russ.
Donna?
No.
Janelle Maloney?
No. The dark-haired one. The president fired.
I don't remember.
Janelle isn't she married to Stephanopoulos in real life?
Is she really?
Oh no, that's Alexandra Wentworth. Sorry, mixed it up.
Gregor says, will Adidas be able to improve Josh Heupel's sideline look? I'm thinking their better fitting product will make him look trim and sleek and get Bob off his back. See, this is just the kind of filth you run into sometimes on the Fan Run text box.
What does that mean?
You mean, what does it mean? Get you to stop running down our head football coach using personal appearance as show fodder.
Oh, I see. Okay.
My Name is Earl. Did you guys watch that?
You brought that up.
Did I already?
Yeah.
I'm going through this list of like 100 shows. I couldn't remember if I brought My Name is Earl up.
Well, I'll save this list of the 4 Tennessee players ranked in ESPN's top 100 college football newcomers for tomorrow. We will get to that and anything else that's happening tomorrow. We got a little NBA Finals tonight, a little baseball, and we'll find some fun things to talk about tomorrow. SEC Mike going to be on the show tomorrow as well.
Nice.
Michael Bratton, SEC Mike. We'll talk to him about all things college football and where Tennessee will go in the 2026